Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Paint-splaining the interwebs. I'm your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, small law firm in central Minnesota. And with me today are two fine fellows that I'm very happy to be streaming with. Of course, to my left, right? I don't even know, is Mr. Az.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm pretty good, man.
Have you
How are
seen
you?
the couple of early reviews of Rings of Power?
Nope. I bet they're great.
Astonishingly awful. I think one of the reviews was. And Grace
That's
Randolph,
not Drinker's review, though, is it? I mean,
no, and even Grace Randolph said that that Mordred Clark, who plays Galadriel, is both manages to pull off being both a Mary Sue and a Karen at the same time.
That's fantastic.
Oh, I mean, I know everything that happens in the 8 episodes because.
Well, I can't wait to watch it because I'm going to watch it and I'm going to like it just to be contrarian.
I know,
hi,
I know the
Lofty.
meme is
How you
no
doing?
hate watching, but I'm going to have to do it, I think.
Well,
And
we're
then, of course-
mandated to watch it because we've got to do it on Friday night tonight. So.
And then, of course, joining us as well is Mr. Sargon. I don't know. Do you still go by Sargon or do you go by Carl? Like, what do you want?
I suppose I go by Carl, but Sargon's fine just for you, Nick.
Oh, thank you. I
Rare privilege.
I love having my special privileges in place.
Yeah, absolutely.
They help me get through the day. Oh my God.
Just to warn everyone, I've been brutally sick for about 24 hours now. So if I'm coughing and spluttering and look like death, well, that's why. But I couldn't pass up this stream because I've been waiting for it for ages, and I want to get these 1,000 Suns done. So I'm just gonna power through it, you know.
That's okay because I was debating an AIDS patient yesterday. So.
That's a very generous way of describing him. I've only seen some clips going around, but I heard that my name came up quite a lot. Why is that?
Well, your name, I don't think your name came up that often. It was right at the beginning. I just mentioned we were doing this show today because I was doing the, like, here's the housekeeping stuff tomorrow, 3 p.m. Going to be on with Sargon and Az doing painting stream. That's been forever in the making. Looking forward to that. And then it was like he had this look on his face when I mentioned your name. And I was like, oh, well.
Could we categorize this as like Sargon derangement syndrome?
Yeah, a little bit, I think. Are you familiar with this guy? His name's Duncan MacLeod.
Never
Duncan
never heard of him?
McCockiner.
Never heard of him.
Oh, Duncan McCockiner, definitely. Well, 70 hers apparently.
Oh,
But-
I heard about his stud exploits.
He's the pussy slayer, but he couldn't tell you if any of them were male to female trans. He just didn't know.
I thought he had quite I saw one clip of him saying how straights don't suck dick, and I'm like, wow, that is very homophobic. He's got very regressive positions on.
My favorite question that I somehow asked was I asked him because I was like, would you ever have sex with a trans person, like a trans girl?
Yeah.
Like, genuinely asking, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he said, maybe blah, 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 blah. And I was like, name 2 trans girls that you're attracted to right now. And he couldn't.
Oh,
So then I asked him to name 3 friends that if they turned trans, he would have sex with them. And he had the names right on the top of his head. He's like, oh, yeah, my mate, this guy, this guy, this guy. It's like, whoa, buddy.
Well, I would have said as a Nick, that's
exactly.
easy.
Yeah.
That's an easy one, Nick. Well, I'm waiting, Nick. I'm waiting.
My favorite bit was when he said if his child, and he's childless, you can tell.
Right.
If his child came up to him and said, "Hey, Dad, I think I'm a woman," he'd be like, "Okay, let's get you started on a course of
Puberty
whatever."
blockers. Puberty blockers immediately.
But he would refuse to have his children ever on the internet.
Mhm.
So I think his morality there was a little bit skewed.
Well, I mean, I agree with keeping children off the internet, to be honest.
So do I. But keeping kids off the internet, but
that's only half the story, isn't it?
Yeah, plugging them full of puberty blockers at a moment's notice,
which apparently have no detrimental side effects over their 200 years of use.
Why would he lie like that?
Love
that's
thinking it for you.
That's such an obvious lie.
EOD puberty blockers.
But let's assume they did. Like, there are loads of studies that show that there are real negative effects to puberty blockers. You know, this is serious. It's real. You know, like even if they
not
had
a single study, Carl. How dare you?
Well, okay, yeah, but, not a study he'd accept, I suppose. But like, what a thing to say, Jesus.
Oh, it broke his brain when he went through and he talked about all the studies and the science, and I go, okay, I disagree. It's like, what? Based on what? And I said, based on me thinking it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Didn't know it's so funny. These people get into these things where they just can't handle the idea that someone might disagree with what they think is doctrine. Yet they disagree with people's doctrine literally constantly. Like, you know, maybe there's a book like a Bible or Bible or something that people have doctrinal belief in, and they're fully willing to just throw that out. But you say you in any way challenge their religion of the state or the science, and they will just well, how can you like this? I disagree.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like I was thinking about this earlier. What is the point? If gender is a social construct, why would you ever need trans surgery?
That was the weird thing, because we got to that like discussion. And he's like, no, then you'd have even more trans surgery. And I was like, that doesn't make.
But why would you?
Right. It doesn't make any sense.
You wouldn't need it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're admitting that it rests on biological foundations, which, don't get me wrong, I agree with. You know, I think gender does rest on biological foundations.
Yeah.
But that's the complete hole in their argument, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, well, I guess which biology and which type of gender are you talking about? Because he brought up like 4 different genders, and I was like, okay, or like 4 different stages of gender.
If we could just stick with the real ones, that'd be great.
What were they?
Well, like phenotypical and like these 4 different aspects. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, so I was just like, okay, well, but you like. He's like, because he said that you couldn't change the first 2, and so you were your biological sex. That was part of his argument.
Yeah,
but your gender is this other thing, part of these other things. I don't fucking remember. And I was like, so wait, you're only changing halfway? Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's no commitment in that. What? Like, you gotta.
I mean, okay, let's take him on that. Like, so. I agree, but then how is it that you are connecting like the biological transition to the social construct? If it's pure social construct, there must be something that connects them, right?
I have no idea.
Well, it just has to be. Like, he'd have to. Otherwise, his position is totally incoherent.
Well, he said that
you do have to strongly consider that might be the case.
That's true.
Biologically, you are your birth sex, so he believed in the biological aspect.
I actually wrote a piece about this the other day, because I think there's a lot in the word like man and woman, so I think it begins on like the essential characteristics, right, which for women are the ability to bear children, right? That's the very root function of a woman.
This stream is already bannable. Very bigoted.
It's true. Well, I mean, just wait till I tell you what I think the root and function of men is.
Well, I think I think you left out a very critical biological imperative of women, which is make sandwiches.
Oh,
stop complaining.
Actually, no. Let me. So that falls under the social, the sort of relational aspect, right? So because men, the human race is like half men, half women, and they want things from one another, then you get like the social, the social roles that we have to abide by, and this is just normal, the way we talk to each other. And then from that, you get this kind of normative aspect, which is the ethics of it, right? What should a woman do? And that's it's in the ethics that you're talking about, where she should make a sandwich. And
well, see, but you're talking very complexly about relationships here. I thought we were just supposed to find a woman, identify her, and then just sexually assault her at our leisure. Like, isn't
I mean,
that
that's literally every woman's romance novel. So
that's
I mean,
true.
maybe.
Except in every woman's romance novel, they're 15. It's even worse.
That's true. That's true.
Wow, you should have seen that Star Wars stuff they were putting out on Twitter.
Oh, what Star Wars?
They were putting Kenobi and that 10-year-old Leia girl.
Yeah.
And
You're
creating.
joking.
No,
Oh, that's disgusting.
that was going around Twitter yesterday.
What is wrong with these people?
I called it.
that's
The
what
Jedi are
Disney wanted.
groomers. They've always been groomers. Don't trust the Jedi. They got
Agree.
mind power,
Mm.
and they can manipulate minds, and they have access to children without their parents' supervision. I don't trust these fuckers for a second.
Yeah,
It'll
affirmative
show me your
consent.
tits.
Yeah, exactly. Bullshit.
Yeah, it was pretty disturbing. And Twitter's just like, probably this doesn't breach our terms and conditions. Hey, I heard that the FBI raided Twitter today.
Good.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Apparently, the FBI were out of child porn and needed to borrow some.
They're like, whoa, we're supposed to have the biggest collection here. What are you guys even doing?
Proof that they don't
Yeah.
have Hunter Biden's laptop.
No. Oh my God. So how have you guys been? It's been a long time. I had a long stretch with the Johnny Depp trial and then a really long vacation.
Well, that's good. You earned it, man.
No, thank you.
I've been good, other than being sick for the past day or two. But like otherwise, I'm really good. Like, everything's going great. What about you, Az?
I'm great. I'm doing really good. Life's good. Sweet things turn bitter in my mouth because of the COVID side effects.
Yeah,
I've had the shits for about 4 days now,
this is
Don't hold
sounding
back.
like a great
Don't hold back.
situation you're in.
and
What's been going on?
yeah, and I can't sleep during the nighttime. I can only sleep during the day for some bizarre reason.
Yeah.
Which has made me very unproductive the last few days. But apart from that, I'm doing chocker, mate.
Well, I'm doing great. I don't have a flu. I don't have COVID. I don't have any bullshit going on. I'm just streaming and yelling. That's it. I've lost my voice a couple times yelling at people, but other than
That's
that,
okay.
I did get attacked by a mob of weirdos.
Oh,
Led by someone named Keffels. That was
yeah.
the
what's a keffel?
Yeah.
you don't want to know probably.
I've heard
Sounds like
this
a-
name.
Home cooked chip.
Yeah, no. Keffels is some brand of streamer. I don't know what they actually stream other than being annoying about like Twitter brigading.
Oh, Hassan Piker's sister.
What?
He's annoying, isn't he?
Hassan Piker.
Hassan Piker, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
he's horrifying.
That sort of
okay.
breed.
Can we talk about the fucking Sam Hyde shit, man?
That was one
The
of
crying.
the funniest things I've ever seen.
God, I love it so much.
I'm coming to kill you in Los Angeles at your house.
In the ring. No, in real life.
I'm gonna
Hassan Piker.
wear his skin like a coat.
But what I love about Hassan's reaction is you can feel the shriveling of his balls as they tuck up inside him.
Yeah.
And he's just like, look, Hassan, you're a fucking pussy, mate.
I heard he filed for a restraining order.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true, but I saw a thing on Twitter that Hassan Piker
Did Sam
filed
file for a joke? You know?
Oh, you pussy. Jesus. That proves my point.
He should, if he did file for a restraining order, Sam Hyde should respond only in wrestling promos. Like that's what he should do. Like, fine, I'll see you in court. I'll see you at any courthouse you choose. I'll be there. You better be ready because I'm coming for
What
you.
you gonna do when Sam Hyde comes wild on you?
God.
I love
That'd
it.
be great.
What
Actually, watched
happened?
The fight.
Oh,
with
go
Sam
ahead.
Hyde. It was a good fight as well. Like, I'm not a boxing fan normally, but I enjoyed the fight. You know, it was pretty tough to watch.
I enjoyed the Andy Worski fight. That was
I
a
didn't
long
see-
one. I got a whole lot of popcorn and beer and stuff ready for the fight, and I finished all of it during the duration of the fight, which was 22 seconds long.
Wow, that's shorter than me in bed.
As it's a race, not a marathon, mate.
I absolutely agree. 100%.
Oh, that kind of broke.
I was done trying to impress in my 20s. I'm in my 40s now. I'm over that shit.
Yeah.
That kind of broke that guy last night too, when he's like, when he was talking about women having orgasms. I'm like, oh, you bother giving women orgasms? This guy, like, these people are inoculated from being like just good humored. Like, I'm not saying that I have good humor. I'm just like, he could not pause for like a joke of any kind or anything. He had to be serious, and he had to go like full in at all times. It's like, bro, just calm down. Like, I told him before, and I don't like doing debates. I like to have discussions with people.
I thought he
did not want that.
The best orgasms. I heard he gave the most orgasms.
Well, we'll have to ask his 3 bros, I guess.
You've got to remember, these people believe everything is political, so any statement they make could be held as like a party political broadcast.
Right.
So that's why they're like that.
Oh, yeah, dude. What he says?
What?
He says the only reason he wouldn't fuck Blair White is because of the politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
and I'm like, wait. So you see Blair White in the club. She's looking all hot and comes up and starts grinding on you, and you're like, whoa, your politics are way out there. I can't do this. Like,
just starts screeching Nazi and exits the club.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
That is pathetic.
There were some amazing yucks, dude. I started watching that pretty much from the start. I think I caught the stream, and I had to watch it all the way through to the super chats. I could not turn away.
Although I do want to advise young men, do be careful when courting leftist women, because of course they can be prone to false allegations, misinterpretations of situations, things like that. So do actually be careful, lads. And it is
Literally,
because of
yes.
their politics.
Yeah.
Never be in a room alone. Make them sign an affidavit before sex.
Just say your name is Duncan MacLeod.
Duncan MacLeod.
Just don't tell them what your real name is. Just say you're Duncan MacLeod. You're a 32-year-old Twitch streamer, and just say that. Then when they come with the accusation, they can be like, Duncan MacLeod did this to me. You just sit back in your recliner and laugh.
Isn't that funny? Everyone laughed at Mike Pence, but it wasn't the Republican Party getting Me Too'd, was it?
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
I need to find a house that's £500,000 and only costs $400 a month mortgage.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, me too. What were you talking about though?
That's where he claims to live in this £500,000 house and only pay £400 mortgage a month.
Yeah.
Well, is like most of it paid off or something? Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of it's a mystery of numbers.
Sounds like he's bullshitting.
He was trying to like big time on something,
right?
And so it was like, I was like, I said, I'll donate $200 to you right now. He's like, that's half my mortgage payment. Wait, what? And then he started going on about he lives in this baller mansions, like 6 bedrooms, 6 baths, £500,000.
Is he from Scotland though?
I think he's in. I don't know where he is. I think he's in England.
Duncan MacLeod, not from Scotland.
Well, he was born in Africa, actually.
Zimbabwe.
In Zimbabwe. So he's actually black on the inside.
Right. Okay. So is he in Africa now? Because that actually
no, he's in the UK.
No, if he's in Africa, he'd be paying £4 mortgage.
I just don't know if he was in England or in Scotland.
Right.
I'm not quite sure.
Well, prices in England are fucking unbelievable at the moment. So
yeah, prices everywhere, man. Around here, they're terrible.
God, just for everything as well, not even just houses.
Yeah, I mean, I still own my previous house, but we have renters, and I hate it. Like, I don't want to be a landlord It's the last thing I ever wanted to do, but we had some friends who were in trouble. So it's like, well,
Right.
I guess you can rent here for a while.
Hmm.
And now it's like, I want to politely be like, leave. Like, so I just want to sell this house. Can you guys find anywhere else to go? Or will you buy it? Like anything, I want to get rid of this thing and I want to get, the money from it so I can, I don't know, buy Twitch subs for Duncan McLeod because I'm really worried about his income.
Yeah, well, the Jewish thing was really weird as well.
What Jewish thing?
Well, Jewish came up somehow, and then he was talking about how he was kind of Jewish adjacent or something. He was going.
Oh, I know how Jewish came up. So
my
before
father
the
was
show,
half Jewish.
I did, yeah.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, cheers, bro.
So the context of this conversation, Carl, was this Keffels person has been going after the Kiwi farms because the Kiwi farms decided to archive Keffels' tweets and put them on a thread.
Oh no.
And then Keffels got mad that Keffels was, tweeting that they were giving HRT to minors without their parents' consent. And people were like, you're a groomer. That's weird. What are you doing? And all this stuff. Right.
That is, as I understand it, something Keffels did tweet though, right?
Yes. Multiple times. Very proud of it, but mad that it gets collected. Well, and then of course the typical Kiwi Farms things goes on. Keffels at some point allegedly was doxxed by Kiwi Farms. I don't know if that's true or not. But then Keffels went to a hotel somewhere to be safe and posted a picture of the bed. And so someone on Kiwi Farms
figured out which hotel it was. Yeah, well done, lad.
Exactly. And somebody sent like 1 billion pizzas. Who knows if it was Kiwi Farms? But you can't say flavor? It was Kiwi, because the website is not an actor. The website is just a place and anyone can go there. But so Keffels has been on a tear against Kiwi Farms, trying to get them taken down and all this stuff.
And this, as I understand it, is legally how Facebook and Twitter and all that managed to operate without being sued into oblivion, right?
Yeah, like Section 230 is that it's a place. And for anyone who has any problem with any website on earth that isn't Facebook or Twitter, whatever your problem is with that website, Facebook and Twitter are infinitely worse at the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like doxing, Twitter and Facebook, swatting, Twitter and Facebook, child pornography, Twitter and Facebook are the two largest purveyors of child pornography other than the FBI. And I wish I were joking about that last sentence, but it's true. And so these people freak out about 4chan and Kiwi Farms. It's like all of this stuff happens on the biggest platforms constantly. You just want to sweep that away. Yeah.
I mean, do you remember when Parler took the fall for January the 6th? And it was but it was all organized on Facebook.
Right. Yeah. It's like there were tweets, or there were parlays. I don't even know what they called them, parlays. Didn't they know that basing your platform on a French word was just not going to be a winning strategy? It's a French verb. Don't do it.
Parler was fine as a platform. I like it.
Yeah, I was relatively okay with it, but and I thought what happened to the platform was a massive shit fest and the judge, they got the oldest woman ever as a judge who did not understand how damaging it would be to be locked down for months and months and months of litigation without having access to you don't need this. You don't need this back end access. What are you talking about? You can just do whatever you want. It's like, no, that's not how the internet works, lady. You can't just have a website. You can't go, oh, well, I'm just going to have a website that services 85 million people on my Angel Fire page or whatever. It doesn't. Oh God, that's one of the big problems with the courts and tech is that these judges just I barely understand any of this stuff, and I'm miles ahead of them.
Yeah,
and it absolutely wasn't collusion.
No. Yeah, there's no collusion.
Certainly not. Just like the deplatforming of Andrew Tate, isn't it? It's look, I have no, care in the world for Andrew Tate whatsoever. He seems like a fraud to me, but what's happened to him is just a fucking moral panic. It's pathetic.
Yeah, and here's
I've never even heard of the guy. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
All of these people need to wonder, and this is the critical thing. They all need to ask themselves, why are all these people listening to this weirdo? Like if you think his message is so horrifying and so terrible, you have to ask why it is readily accepted by millions of people. Is it maybe just a pendulum backlash to all of the nonsense you're trying to shove down their faces every day, and they finally get to go, you know what? No, like, no. I just say no, and that's okay. Like that. And they just don't get it because you don't believe in their religion.
Yeah. But it's the moral panic aspect, because you saw the justification. Like, well, Andrew Tate, he's influencing many young men. Oh, this could be bad. We've got to get rid of him. It's like, but what's he done other than just being a jerk online? It's like, nothing. You know,
he said uncomfortable statements about women. Like, so
okay, that's a step up in my books now. But like, you know, like I didn't have any particular feelings to him before, but now I quite like him. What now?
No, he's a fine
jokes, kids. They're just jokes.
But it's,
nobody's getting hurt. Nobody's getting hurt. Just joke.
Look, I'm married. I'm allowed to say it.
People say
you're a man. You're allowed to say it.
Hey, that's true. Women can't though, because I've never heard one articulate a thought.
I've never heard a woman ever speak badly about another woman.
But you can't, like, people say worse shit about men all the time. And it's perfectly acceptable. And it's like, why is, and by the way, I think it is perfectly acceptable to say terrible things about men, but it's similarly acceptable to say terrible things about women. Like you get to say terrible things. We just get to. It's fine. Stop worrying about what people say so much.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird because, you know, obviously my channel is about, you know, shitting on shit media nowadays.
Yeah.
TV shows and whatnot. And I put a lot of tweets out, you know, taking the piss out of these shows, and you get the odd ankle biter here or there. But what was really interesting is the tweet. I did a tweet a couple of weeks or so ago that was about there is a distinct lack of masculinity around the place now. You know, men are being feminized, men are being this and that. And that, believe it or not, was the tweet that got the biggest reaction from clap back from the lefties. They were big mad about that. They didn't like that one little bit.
When you're getting flack, you're over the target.
Yes, exactly.
Right. That's like when the toilet water splashes back up at you.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. I call it a Yorkshireman's B-Day.
But no, you're exactly right though. There's no question of it. Like the feminization of our culture has just gone very far at this point. It's like, okay, well,
yeah.
You know.
It's crazy. It's like if you're just not wearing a dress, you're like too masculine these days. It's like you need to tone that toxic masculinity down.
Even Brad Pitt was wearing a dress at the premiere of Bullet Train.
Wait, who was?
Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
yeah, he does. See, I wonder, like, if because he has like those 19 African babies that Angelina Jolie made him adopt, and like I wonder if they just take like 4 or 5 of them and threaten to shoot them if he doesn't wear like the stupid fashion trend, or if he's into it. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, I do wonder.
But can we actually see the painting? I mean, kind of. I'm still kind of getting warmed up here.
I'm building the. There we are on the build so far.
I'm trying to repair my my poor giant space marine that got he had like a cum explosion.
Wow.
So I had like a clogged here, I'll show you. Let's see if this works. I set up a thing so I can actually yeah. It's a disaster and it doesn't look good at all.
I had a clog explosion yesterday, but I don't think we're talking about the same shit.
So here we go. So this guy was sitting here and I had this brain matter beige that I was painting with, and the top of it was clogged. And I was like, oh, I'll just squeeze a little bit and the clog will pop out. Nope. No, the entire top of the paint thing. I can pull this up too. Here it is. It just burst. It sheared off. This is supposed to have like a little nipply thing on it.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show for comparison.
They're called nipples.
Yeah, this is what it's supposed to look like, and this is what it looks like now. The contrast on this is terrible. How do I even do
his own strength?
Yeah. And so you can actually see here's a streak of it right here. And it went all over my audio interface and all over this poor
This
Marine.
is just sounding dirty now, dude. Come on.
Yeah. But it's true. It's what happened. It was like, so he's got this like white spots on the side. He had it all over his hand, and I'm slowly repairing that. Look, he did. As it was, you can see here.
Hey, you do you, brother. That's
is on his
oh
hand.
I was there. You did it
Yeah,
on when we were doing it. Yeah.
Right. And
You
so
you exploded all over him.
all over. It's a disaster.
All over
like
his face, neck, and chest.
It's like a party. He thanked me for it later, but some got in his eye. He was a little
you were
miffed.
dunking your cock in.
But here, I'll pull that off for now. But yeah,
That's
so
what she said.
I'm trying to repair the paint damage that was done on this guy. That's what I'm doing right now. It's not very interesting.
Hey, did you see? I know I showed you on the picture, but these came in the post. These great Warhammer figures. These.
Which ones are these?
The company, you mean?
Yeah.
I would
Are
have to. I'd have to look up.
Those we talked about them on the last show, I think, right?
I think we might have talked about them, but I don't think they'd arrived, or had they arrived?
No,
sure,
they hadn't arrived yet, I don't think. But I think we might have talked about you ordering them or something.
Yeah. And I've ordered the first 3 Chaos Space Marines, and then I've also got which have arrived, and then I've got the Hellbrute on pre-order.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. The detail on it looks great. I have the Bandai ones, but they don't do any chaos stuff yet.
Well, these guys do loads of different. Whichever company this is, I forget. Oh, Joy Toy. Thank you. Yes, Joy Toy. They've got loads of like Smurfs and all different kinds of legions, Space Wolves, Blood Angels.
Can we talk about the Space Wolves?
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah.
I love.
I hope you.
No, I love what they've done with the Space Wolves. They need more wolf helmets. They need wolves being fired out of the guns. Wolfiness is so fucking gay. I can't get over it. Like, what are you fucking doing? What are you fucking doing?
I have a controversial take. I've never liked the Space Wolves.
No, they've always been gay. Always been gay.
Yeah.
And I started playing 40k when I was like 12, right? So 20 years ago.
Right.
No, 30 years ago. Fucking hell. And I
you try and shave 10 years off, mister.
I would love to. The Blood Angels were always the bosses, right? Back in the day, way back in the day. And the Space Wolves were gay even back then. And so now with the fucking wolf helmet, it's like, what are you doing? You know, they're not like, that's not
Fairies.
like, it's just so stupid. It's like the people who are like curating the brand at the moment don't seem to get what the purpose of the iconography is. It's like, yeah, well, just wolf helmets. It sounds like the sort of thing that came out of a corporate board meeting, right?
Yeah.
Wolves. Oh yeah, if we give them wolf helmets, it's like, no, you gays. Like, listen, that's so stupid. It's like, you know, the new Chaos Codex, right? They've got this ability, let the galaxy burn, where they get +2 on flamer weapons. It's like, why? You know, let the galaxy burn is a fucking metaphor. You know,
wait, is that a Space Wolf thing?
No, it's a Chaos Space Marine thing.
It's the new codex. I got the new codex.
I thought you were saying it was they gave like let the galaxy burn to Space Wolves, and I'm like, that's kind of like the salamanders are kind of like the Fire Legion here. So
well, exactly. So why would you give the Chaos Space Marines like, you know, +2 on flamers? Because of the words "let the galaxy burn." It's like, no, what they're saying is destroy everything. They're not saying we love flamer weapons. You know, it's just that you are literally taking the cosmetic word "burn" and being like, yes, so they need +2 on flamers. No, that's fucking retarded. You know, there is an essence that underlays all of this that you have got no idea about. You know, they're trapped in like the aesthetic realm and unable to understand. Like for the Space Wolves, for example, it's the way they behave that gives them the moniker Space Wolves. You know, like the burning of Prospero and stuff like that, right? They're
Right.
fucking savages. They are fucking savages. You know, they're like a ravenous pack of wolves. You know, they don't wear wolf cosmetics. They're not furries. You know, and Allspex Tactics did a great video about this where I didn't realize it was a parody video at first. He was like, they've brought out new Space Wolves and they've got space tails. I don't know how they're being attached. And stuff like that. And I was just, what? You know, and now they've got space claws. It's like, oh fucking hell! It took me ages to, and I was literally writing a comment, being like, "Is this a parody?" And then I was like, "No, it's definitely a parody. Don't be an idiot." But like the people.
I wish furries were like space wolves. Like if they had to get their fursuit by killing a feral beast that is horrifying and then wearing its skin as a badge of honor and pride, and the bigger the skin, like the cooler you are, that would be awesome. Like furries would be amazing if they did that. But instead they go buy these weird costumes and then just have sex with each other with diapers on.
Which is, as I understand it, literally all it's about.
It's my understanding from every fur I've talked to. It's like, yeah, well, it's about fucking.
Fucking suits, disgusting. But that's the point, you know. Like but this is like I saw Arch did a video on the Rings of Power, and I hadn't noticed this, but like Lenny Henry's Hobbit is wearing a ring around his neck, and it's like, what are you doing? Why is he wearing a ring? You know, obviously I don't know because it's not out yet. But it just, you know, it's one of those things like, oh, ring. Oh, we'll put a ring around his neck because rings are a theme in this. It's like, no, you fucking nutsacks. You don't understand what you're fucking up.
No, the Rings of Power looks like they got access to an IP. They had no idea what to do, and so they just sent it to a corporate boardroom of executive producers and just said, will you guys like make some story out of this, and then we'll give you like free shipping on Amazon for the next 12 years. Just do anything, please.
Yeah. But apparently, like you're saying, apparently some of the early reviews are coming in and they're not good, are they?
No, not so good. Not so good.
I'm shocked, I say.
I have
well, not that shocked.
You know, I got a person, and I kind of know what's gonna happen in all eight episodes, and yeah.
Hey, are there elf titties in it?
Oh no. Well, no.
Oh
no.
my god!
There's
the one redeeming chance that they had.
That would be profane. You can't have elf titties in Lord of the Rings, Nick.
Let's play a little game.
They're already like have established that they're there to ruin Lord of the Rings. So if they're going to do that, they better do it with copious amounts of nudity. Like
I
orc penises swinging in the wind.
No, this is a very smart show. This is a very intellectual show.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna throw something out there for you. Let you kind of decide. Let's just say you've been in a battle, and you got blinded in it.
Right.
But you are a person of stature, and you don't want your underlings, your citizens, whatever you want to call it,
or whatever,
to know that you're blind. How would you go about that? What would you try and do to disguise that?
You know those Groucho Marx glasses?
Yes,
I would wear those
with the nose and the mustache.
Right.
Okay. I'll take that. Yeah. Carl,
I don't know.
No. Okay.
No,
how about wear a blindfold?
Yes.
Why would I wear a blindfold?
Well, because then they think you're just choosing your blindness.
I don't want people to know that I'm blind, so I'm going to wear a blindfold.
That's really stupid.
No, that's good because you can be the arbiter of justice because justice is blind also.
That's it. Do you know who is blind? The fucking writers. That's who's blind.
Wait, are you sure you weren't reading 50 Shades of Grey?
Dude, I would rather watch 50 Shades of Grey. At least there's some fucking ass slapping it.
That's what I'm saying. They should have had naked elves. I'm so mad that they're not going to.
By the way, you don't have to worry about Lenny Henry.
No?
Not after episode 8, anyway.
He gets killed in the race war, does he?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no.
Oh,
He
the
gets
question
killed.
is where
He
all
gets
the
killed
hobbits
in
are colour.
the black genocide that's got to occur to lead into
The
the
Third Age.
Jackson.
Yeah. So I didn't write it, I'm just curious as to the consistency of the canon. At what point do all the people of color get exterminated?
Wait, is that in the Silmarillion?
No, obviously.
No,
Well, I don't know.
That's the whole point. They were never there to begin with.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
the-
So
the-
it was in the Second Age or whatever.
Well, that's the thing. It's obviously Northwestern European, so it's like there are no black people, but like in the Third Age, in Peter Jackson's films, there are no black people. So why not? Well, what happened to them?
Oh yeah, I guess that's a good
Where
question.
did they go? And
They took the elf boats east or whatever.
I'm not saying anything by this.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
But rumor has it that after peace fell, after Sauron was defeated, they decided to open up a chain of swimming pools.
Oh, no.
That's
And I'm
what I
done.
heard.
Oh my god.
Why is Sauron a school shooter? That's my question.
Incel school shooter,
Yeah.
because he's an incel now.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. I should have guessed that was the answer.
Well,
But, like,
after his boyfriend gave him the ring, he's just stopped putting out. Is that what happened?
Well, he Sauron and because Sauron. The notes.
Oh wait, yeah,
Chat,
Sauron.
does anyone
made
want any
his-
spoilers or not spoilers? I
Well,
mean,
Sauron
no.
made the rings, right? Like Sauron's the maker
No.
of the rings.
no, he's
No?
not the maker. No, he's the influencer. He's the influencer to make of the rings being made.
I thought the story was that
Yeah, I
Sauron
thought
made
so.
the rings. I
No,
just don't
he
remember.
influences
Right. Okay.
Celebrimbor, doesn't he, to make the rings?
Oh, I don't know.
Who did he influence to make Detroit for all the black people to go
Well,
to?
put it this way: he's. I mean, should I just tell you who Sauron is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sauron's Halbrand in the show, by the way, and he and Galadriel, they kind of have a bit of a, oh my god, people are totally gonna ship them.
Oh God.
Wait, so okay, so they've got a thing going. And
So it's gonna be like, oh my god, hashtag Galadbrand or something,
Fucking cringe.
I hate this show already, and I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't watch TV anymore. I don't have time.
Yeah.
I like, my wife will watch a show, and when I have time, I'll sit down and watch it with her most of the time. Or if we get an opportunity, we'll binge through something. Like, we'll probably watch House of Dragons pretty soon. Heard mixed things.
That's
So
okay. I've heard it's okay.
yeah, I've heard it's good. I've heard it's bad. So I'm like, okay, well, that's that's fine. I like enough of Game of Thrones, and it has the aesthetic that I like, which is nudity. So I'm willing to give it a shot because I know that at least at the end of the day, there will be someone naked. So that's, I mean, my TV choices are very basic. Again,
Speaking of nudity and TV,
ooh,
I forced my wife and teenage daughter to watch She-Hulk: Attorney at Law.
Oh, you horrible man.
You bastard. I'm tempted to call whatever British CPS is on you.
It was so great. It was so great. Literally like 5 minutes, 10 minutes into the first episode, they're like, this is shit. Can we watch something else? I was like, nope, just smuggling it. Nope, we're watching them. Both episodes. And by the end of the second episode, I was like, I fucking hate this. And it's like, yeah, this is being a woman, darling, don't you know? And my wife's just like, I'm not in constant fear of being murdered.
Oh, her.
Neither of these women, but they like to say that because they got to be the because intersectionality, you have to have a victim.
Yeah.
So the most protected class on the planet, white women, have got to find something to be a victim about.
Yeah. But the whole thing, it just felt so inauthentic. It was just like, I don't want to be a superhero, and I'm like, right, that's the line. That's the line. That's the line. Like 38-year-old white women who are single and have careers, they're fucking boring. Don't put them in TV shows. They do not want to be in superhero shows.
Right.
That's the line.
Well, like, what adventure are we getting out of it? Like, oh, she filed something today. It's like,
Yeah.
great.
I think this week she's gonna go on Tinder. No, I'm not joking, Nick. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I'm not joking, Nick. I'm not even joking, dude. She's gonna go on Tinder and she's gonna go on a series of dates because the woman that needs no man, that is sad and lonely and says that she's sad and lonely, actually needs a man to fill that sad and loneliness that's inside of her.
Well,
that was
something inside of her.
That was the thing. Like this She-Hulk thing to me just seems like a big way of lambasting modern women, right? It just seems to be a massive fucking dunk on modern millennial women who didn't get married and thought, I'm going to be a career woman, right? Because like the entire thing is unbelievably pathetic, right? Have you guys seen 13th Warrior?
Yeah. Antonio Banderas.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. At what point in 13th Warrior does Bulvi, the leader of the Vikings, say, I'm better than you? I'm better than you. It's good, I'm better than you. Right? Now, I can't remember it that well, but I'm certain at no fucking point does Bulvi, after he has slain the enemy chieftain and he sat there mortally wounded, thrown on the battlefield, is he going, I'm better than you, I'm better than you, right? You only need to say that, right? God. If you're not better than them, right?
Can I just ruminate for just a second?
Yeah.
Fucking badass Bulvi was. Man,
right?
That dude, he was so cool and tough. Like that movie was kind of weird, and it makes fun of the like effeminate nature of Antonio Banderas being like a traveling poet and storyteller or whatever.
He toughs it up.
Yeah, he does. Like because
but he has
it's such a man's story, right? Like, well, this is your situation. You better fucking deal with it. And no, you don't get to complain because it's foretold in the stars that you're the number 13. Here's a scimitar.
Yeah, and again, there's just one line that says it all: "Grow stronger." When Wolfgar, or whatever it is, throws him the sword and it's like, I can't carry this, and I grow stronger.
Yep.
You know? and so like you see the difference in the stories, don't you? And it's just like so the She-Hulk thing just seems fucking pathetic. Like it's to say that this entire generation of women of like, about 40 years old are deeply insecure about their position in the world. If you're sat there thinking, oh, I'm better than you, tell me, I want your validation. Tell me I'm better than you. You know, in the back of your mind, you're not better than that person. You know, actually you're a fucking fraud. So everything you claim to have built up, you are being inauthentic about it. Bulvi doesn't ever say I'm better than you. You know what I mean? And if you're was Walters or Walters? I can't remember her name. In She-Hulk, if you're in that position,
Jen Walters.
Yeah. If you're in her position, then you are not as good as the person you're comparing yourself to, which is why you're comparing yourself to them in the first place. Fucking deal with it.
That's like a very astute, very astute review of 13th Warrior, which you just reminded me how much I really want to rewatch that movie.
I know. I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm going to rewatch
like a watch party of it or something like that, man. Because I fucking love that so much.
Like that fight.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, we should do that.
When they do that, like the shields thing, and he just he lets that guy think he's winning, and he just fucking chops him, and you're like, oh my god,
why'd you do that? Well,
are we getting excited for the
13th?
Are we getting excited though for the 13th Warrior, or are we getting excited for a display of masculinity?
Yes,
both.
Yeah, I think both. Yeah.
And like it's sad that's what we have to like. We have to get excited just because somebody won't be a pussy.
Yeah.
The big standard. Like this character just won't suck.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. But the whole ethos with it is like, look, you just have to try, like they accept him as soon as he starts trying. And it's just like, that's all you have to do. You don't have to be Bulvi. He's obviously never going to be, but he tries and he works hard. And, in the final battle, he's doing his part. That's all you have to do.
When he's sat on the throne at the end, though.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah. Fuck.
Best optics.
It's just such a frame, Oh.
Yeah.
He was he assumes the mantle of leadership as he was supposed to the entire time, carries it straight through to the end, including the responsibility of not only vanquishing the villain, but dealing with the aftermath and the suffering and loss of his whole people put onto him as he dies, but knowing in satisfaction that his death will have brought about life for everybody else.
Yeah, fulfilling his duty.
Yeah, he's done
They
his
were
job.
there on a holy mission, you know.
Yeah, I've done my job. I'm taking my seat. I'm getting my rest now.
Yeah. Love it.
It's awesome.
Love it.
That movie's good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in
I
like
think that's why
movies like that anymore, do they?
Well, no, I was going to say, I think that's why a lot of people gravitated towards the Northman, because again, it was a very, there was, a very masculine character, main character in that.
Masculine presenting.
Yeah. Masculine adjacent.
Fucking hell. I haven't actually seen the Northman yet. It's not
Me either.
It's good. It is good.
Yeah.
The only thing for me that was a bit weird was Nicole Kidman's plastic face.
Oh. She is a bit old now.
You can just tell that she's had, work done and it just doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel, probably. I'm guessing that it doesn't feel anymore.
It doesn't feel, period.
God. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't know why like these celebrities get attracted to that or attached to that stretched plastic look. I will never understand. I think it looks awful and cartoonish and inhuman. And they're like, no, this is me looking young. It's like, you look older than you could possibly have ever looked with every wrinkle.
Madonna is surely the fucking apex example of this, right?
Yeah, Madonna looks terrible.
Fucking hell.
You know who's still looking good though?
Who?
Britney Spears.
She's only like 40 though, isn't she?
Yeah, she's 40. She's just a couple days. She's like 4 days older than I am.
Oh, that was another thing about this fucking She-Hulk. She's like, when I get catcalled, it's like, bitch, you wish you got catcalled. Holy fuck. I don't believe you're getting catcalled.
No, I don't think so either. But I'm happy that she said that line because it's prompted me into a couple discussions that I've really enjoyed lately, talking about how much men would love to be catcalled.
Oh yeah. That
and how
men do get catcalled. We just don't complain about it.
Wow.
If you've ever been a barman or worked in a bar, I worked in a bar. You get groped, you get hit on, you get catcalled, you get all sorts by, all kinds of different people.
Yeah.
And it's just something that doesn't bother men. It's not in our genetics to be bothered by somebody going woo. Or
what?
I think we kind of like it too. Like it's a positive affirmation
in the same way that women are, right?
Right.
Like women are viewed by men from this very physical way, but women view men in an instrumental way. They're like, okay, well, how much money do you earn? Stuff like this. And so when women recognize men in the way that a man recognizes a woman, it's very flattering to the man.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's what I've been talking about in these conversations. And what's been crazy is asking like the chat how many, if any, compliments they've ever received about their like physical appearance. Yeah. And a lot of guys, it's 0. And then for another subset of guys, which is also quite a few, it's like 1 or 2, and they can remember exactly when it happened because it's that impactful. And it's crazy because women get complimented on their looks all the time, and they just like it's so frequent that it becomes annoying to them. 900-pound women get complimented on their looks. It's like, oh, good rolls there, baby. It's like, and
there's hope for me yet.
There's
this is
your post-op, no worries. I'll call up Duncan McLeod.
I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, obviously, it doesn't have to be based on looks, but like, don't be ashamed of like complimenting your bros if they do something good. Say, hey, bro, that's a good job.
Right? I say nice balls all the time.
Nice balls.
Yeah, every time Dank sends me a new pet photo of his balls, I'm like, yeah, that's great.
Well, the quartering posts a picture of his balls.
Oh, fucking hell!
Oh my god, did he really?
It's Dank's influence.
I can't do it. I cannot. I cannot drop a spicy ball pic on Twitter. I don't know, man. That's
be very angry with me.
Yeah, I think God would be angry with me. What have you done? It's like, look, I put up with a lot of your
vow.
I put up with a lot of your shit there, Ricada. But this is a bridge too far. Oh man. Yeah, that'd be my anti-Bullvi moment when I call the hellfire or the heaven fire down from above on my town just because of the ball pick I posted. God's like tornado time.
You knew you were going to get this.
He had a good run. Time's over though.
Yeah.
Damn, these guys have got holy shit, they got rocket launchers.
Oh,
I think I gotta get these rocket launchers.
That's something that annoys me about the Primaris Marines, is that the regular Marines don't get heavy weapons now.
These guys.
Oh, you can have a heavy bolter. It's all fucking brilliant.
Well, a Space Marine can't lift up a heavy weapon. I mean, that'd be crazy.
Lunacy.
And there's also they got some blight launch. Well, I say blight launchers. I don't know what the equivalent would have been at the time.
Oh yeah, you're painting.
Maybe it's just a heavy bolter. I think actually it's a heavy, but maybe it's just a.
You're doing heresy models, right?
I'm doing the Sons of Horus from 30K.
Yeah,
building them boys.
You can't use them in 40K though, right? I mean, what's the difference? You could use them in 40K if you wanted, couldn't you?
I don't really see why not.
No one's gonna.
Yeah, there's got to be some.
You could use them as Chaos
Space
Marines that have been, they've come out the they've come out the schism, and
or you could have
we need some catching up to do.
You could do a full a fun. They got lost in the warp. They're loyalists. Sons of Horus. They don't know what happened with the heresy. It's a lost ship. Like that'd be a cool RP thing. Yeah. Do you guys watch Lutein at all?
Occasionally.
No.
He put out his most recent video is on one of my favorite characters, Nathaniel Garrow.
Okay.
And Garrow is just such a fucking badass throughout, the heresy and stuff. He becomes so cool and instrumental, and it was really nice. It was the first part. I think he's going to do a second part on Garrow. But man, if anybody likes like the lore side of 40K, go check out Lutein09 and specifically his Garrow video, because if you want a damn hero, that's the dude. Like he's the reason that the heresy wasn't as bad as it was, or wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Now you're just talking shit.
There's a YouTuber I like who's called Oculus Imperia or something like that.
Yeah.
His videos are amazing, genuinely amazing. And so I looked him up on Twitter, and he's got him in his bio, and I'm like, fucking. It's not just that he has it there for show. He is a raging social justice warrior, and it's fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, you have to
I'm guilty.
You have to just not care. And like I like their content. I just don't ever want to talk to them at all.
Yeah. His Burning of Prospero series is just fucking incredible.
That's my favorite heresy book that I've read.
I haven't read any of them, to be honest. I just watched the lore.
Oh man, that book was told through the viewpoint of he was a remembrancer who his ship was shot down over Fenris, and he crashes and he almost dies, but they bring him back and they like build him a body. Like it's hyper advanced. It's not Space Marine level, but it's like he's got augmetics and bionics, and he looks human. But he was just like an artist. But now he's kind of tough, and so they drag him along to tell the story. Like his job is to tell the stories of fallen Marines and to tell the stories of battles. And so he's watching the burning of Prospero and interacting with the Space Wolves the entire time. It's fucking excellent as a book. Like it's one of the better crafted Horusy books in my opinion.
How do we feel about Magnus? Did he do anything wrong?
Of course not.
Magnus did nothing wrong.
No, Magnus was a good boy through and through. Magnus still is a good boy.
You didn't deliver the message in a way I wanted. Okay.
Yeah.
There is a massive civil war coming, though.
Well, you know what? Actually, I kind of agree with the Emperor's outburst a little bit, because like if Lady Raggeds and I lock the door and the kids come pounding on the door and they're like, Dad, I need milk or whatever. I'm like, go away, like leave.
If you were like, Dad,
go to the neighbor's house.
There's a lion in here. You'd be like, oh, hang on a second. The way you deliver the message is less important than the message, right?
Right. But if the kid like busted the door down, I'd be briefly mad. until he's like, Dad, there's like people are robbing the house. It's like, oh, well, okay. I'm not really liking that you broke the door down, but I understand why.
Exactly.
I think,
why
yeah.
The reaction to Magnus was disproportionate, I thought.
I agree. The stupid council in IKEA. And he ripped that off from the Christians anyway.
Yeah, he did.
Very rude. I should probably read some of these super chats as we're going here. Otherwise, they'll get backed up. I mean, they already are, but they'll get really backed up. By the way, to everybody who has sent in super chats, thank you so much. I'm going to start reading them. And I tend to do the $20 and higher super chats first because that helps me organize them. And then we'll get your super chat will get read. If you're new here, we'll get to it. Lady Bethany says, I'm the mother of a transgender child whom I love. She came out to me when she was 12. I completely agree and support what you said on your show last night. If you ever want to hear my take on the situation, let me know. #MKKA. I don't know. Make something again. What's MKKA?
MKKA.
Yeah.
Make kale chips.
Make kids. Oh, make kids again.
Oh.
Right.
There you go. The Field says, oh no, you're painting ward angles with Broitish Heutler.
He means you as. That's you.
Clearly this means you hate the gays and the transes. Oh yeah.
What have I ever said about the gays?
I didn't I never got into why the Jew thing came up on the show.
Oh yeah, go on.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So I had done a little pre-research, very little pre-research on this guy. So here's the backstory. Like the Keffels thing was going on and I got a bunch of DMs, like hate DMs or whatever. And so I started posting them on Twitter. Like I posted a couple of them on Twitter because I thought they were funny. Like they're like, someone had DM'd me almost exactly a year prior, calling me like an arrogant, evil moron. And then they DM'd me again and said like, you're an arrogant, evil psychopath. And I was like, ooh, I've been upgraded. That's nice.
Yeah.
So I'd posted a couple of those. Well, yeah. Well, then this Duncan guy messages me and says basically like, I know you only have friendly people on your show, but do you think you could handle a conversation about Kiwi Farms and Keffels with someone who holds a different opinion?
With
and I'm like, okay, like they must not know that I'll have people who disagree with me all the time. But I did say I don't like doing debates. I find them too confrontational. I like to have discussions with people. But yeah, I mean, I'm open tonight. You want to come on? And so he asked me to come on. So I don't know this person at all. I didn't reach out to them. But I wanted to kind of see who they were. And so I just perused their timeline a little bit. And I saw them calling Josh Moon a Nazi, like over and over, like neo-Nazi. The owner of Kiwi Farms, Null.
Oh, right.
And so he's talking about Null and he says, I don't know how the conversation got here, but he says, is Null trans? And I said, no, he's a Jew. And this guy's brain melts because Josh is Jewish. Like he just is. And so I had to lay it out for him. He's sitting there. He's like, this Nazi, neo-Nazi, Jew-hating bastard. It's like, he's a Jew. Like, what do you want? But oh my God, these people. I don't know. I'm gonna have to have
these people.
I'm gonna have to have a cope stream tonight where I just talk about this, like, and try to process down this thing. I'm gonna do some other stuff, but it'll be part of the show theme tonight because I got to figure out what the fuck even happened. Because I forgot about most of it. I was a little inebriated by the end.
No shit. I don't know what this by the end business means.
Well, it's still a true fact.
Halfway through, maybe.
Even if it was true at halfway, it was still true at the end.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely true at the end, yes.
I'm just going to grab a tea. I'll be back in a minute.
Yep, sounds good. Oh, my God.
Oh, man, that was the... Ooh. I'm building this now. Yes, he didn't know how to process that bit. Wait a minute, I'm calling the Jew a Nazi? Wait, what? I don't know what the programming is for this. What's the programming line for this?
npc.response.exe has failed.
Yes. We weren't built for this sort of stuff.
I just I love these people. I don't know why they get so great. And the best part, like for me, the just the audacity that, you know, just a couple days ago you were trying to get me removed, like you were trying to have my channel deleted, and now you want on it, like.
Well, not just that. You tried to have your channel deleted. So, you know, do you want to come on and discuss? Sure. Yeah. I can get that. But then you come on and suddenly you're just like, oh yeah, you're right, babe. You're right, babe. Type of business. And I like the way that when it got heated, you diffused it like quickly, and then just went into a salvo. After that, it was just like, just bring it all down and then launch everything. And then it just kind of got really That was quite fun.
Well, what to clarify something in case people don't know, this is how I approach all of these discussions. When I know it's someone who's potentially hostile, I will let them direct where the conversation goes on like the level of animus. And my plan for that, which I discussed with him beforehand, was I don't know you. I would like to get to know you, have a friendly discussion, who you are, tell me about your history and all that stuff. And he just couldn't do it. He had to skip right in. He's like, I've got 3 questions for you. And he started like, how much do you hate the trends? Like, oh my God. Okay.
You should have said, what, on a scale of 1 to 10, on a, you know, how many pickles in a jar? I mean, what kind of scales are we working to?
Yeah. But it's like, like if you want to take the conversation here right away, I guess we can do this, but I didn't want to. I never want to. I just want to have good discussions with people. But
why do they always talk in collective terms? Why do they never talk about individuals?
Like they don't believe in individualism at all.
Well,
right?
you know,
this guy's like an actual communist.
Well, the guy you talked to last night.
Yeah, Az was asking why these people can't talk in individual terms.
It's more a rhetorical question, but you know, it's just so bizarre to me that just it's like, you know, I always get on the timeline. Why do you hate women? Yeah. And you just like you do understand the difference between criticizing or even that damn right saying I don't like that person and what actual misogyny truly is. You do know that we're dealing with individuals here. We're not dealing with a collective of women. You know, I stream with multiple women every week. You know,
but you hate them while you do it.
Oh, absolutely, 100.
Only when they talk. You're supposed
when they open
to be
mouth,
seen, not heard.
As I can't remember what stream it was you did the other day. I don't know who the lady was, but you were. What was it? I left a comment on it because it was just so funny. You going off, and her reaction was just gold. It was so funny.
Was it Nina?
Was it Jane?
Yeah, it might be.
Was either Jane or I saw your comment. I think I liked your comment.
Yeah. But I can't remember what stream it was. But I was just painting as I was listening to it, and it was great, man. Really,
I think it was the She-Hulk review.
Yeah. Right.
I think so. That was with Jane is so great because Jane is like Jane Theory. Subscribe to Jane Theory, folks.
Right.
She's really smart. She's got some really good takes. And if you actually watch her videos on her channel, her videos are really good. She has some very good insights. And that's why I like streaming with her because she always brings something to the table. But on top of that,
like a platter,
she has like
cooked.
The world's most amazing giggle laugh in history.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm getting wound up and she's just like laughing, it's just like you get this.
No, that was exactly right. That was exactly right. And I was trying to paint. I was cracking up. It was a good stream.
She's so fucking funny to stream, which is great. I think it's just a great. I think Jane and I work really, really well off each other. The
thing I find interesting though is like all of this really is like tribalism, right?
Absolutely.
And it's like, but we're doing it too, right? Because we're, we like
Absolutely, yeah.
Jane, because she's one of ours, right? You're not going to say that about like Anita Sarkeesian or something,
No.
right?
Oh no,
she's
Anita's one of mine though.
yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
She's,
Yeah,
but
we're on the level.
they wouldn't say that about Jane. They'd be like, oh, she's a fucking self-hating woman or whatever.
Well, she's a white man.
Well, maybe, yeah. But
Because they didn't actually watch my videos at all with her, so they just assumed it was a white man. So Jane's now a white man.
But they don't understand that, like, we judge our friend groups by relationships, right? And it's the quality and caliber of the actual like relationship itself we have with that person that makes us like the person. It's not about their arbitrary characteristics, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's that, but they're doing it in a way that's the opposite. Like they've got a tribe that does the opposite. It doesn't matter what their actual character is. What matters is the arbitrary characteristics. And so that's the distinction between the two tribes.
Right. Yeah, no, it's because to them all women are the same. Like they're all equally deserving of whatever they decide they're deserving of. In the pendulum right now for them says women are deserving of respect, laud, admiration, and special propagation for just existing. And it's like, okay, the scary thing that they don't realize is that type of tribalistic approach and collectivist approach is exactly what propagated like predominantly African slavery. It's like, well, this group deserves this thing based on their existence. Like, no, we don't do that. We determine individuals and individual worths and values.
But I think there's a danger here because they'll come back and say, well, look, what you're saying is that people exist outside of time and space, right? Because if it's just like the eternal individual who just exists through the eons, that's not really a thing, right? Everyone's a product of a place and a people and a tradition, blah blah blah.
Sure.
And so, like, what I think is actually happening is that our tribe accepts people based on, the character that they display and the good qualities that they have, their virtues, right? But their tribe is about adherence to doctrine. And so it could be any doctrine, right? Like 300 years ago, it'd be about Puritanism or something like that, right?
Right.
But our tribe's been, I think, like this, and so it's not that we're not people with social relationships and stuff, right? Which when you say individual, it kind of implies it, doesn't it? And so we have to kind of understand that about ourselves. It's like, no, we have a group, right? We have a tribe. And like, because this is when the guy was like, wasn't he saying like he's one of yours or something? Sargon's one of yours. And that, that is kind of true because I have the same sort of opinion on how people should be judged. It's like by the content of the character, like a fucking racist.
Right.
I don't just say all blacks are fucking brilliant. All women are brilliant, right? Some are good, some are bad.
Oh my God. How
dare you? I'm a total throwback. But that's the point, isn't it? So our tribe has this shared ethos and ethic, and their tribe has a shared ethic as well. And that's the difference, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I follow the argument and I think I agree. I can't find any particular problems with it. It seems self-evident that that's what's going on.
Yeah. And so I've just been thinking about it a lot because it's like, I don't know. It just strikes me that we leave ourselves more defenseless when we atomize ourselves outside of social relationships. And
yeah, well, I didn't mean to imply that we don't have social relationships, but it's just like we let's see. Our tribe is based on individual characteristics, I guess is the way to do it. And so it's like your membership card is, do you adhere to like these types of ideas or ideals, which I think for like guys like you and me tend to revolve around just individualism and freedom. Like,
I thought you were going to say hating women.
Yeah, well, that's part of it. Yeah, agency for men and subordination for women, of course, because the Bible says so, and that's what we believe.
But I think that's true though. Like it's about judgment, the way we judge things, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. But it's I don't know. It's also tiring, like the constant barrage of like going after people based on these sort of ideas. It's like, Well, you must hate because like why must I hate? Like I don't get that. I've never understood that.
Yeah. And like
But
you,
I
as
mean-
a dad, you're probably like, look, man, what I hate is on a Saturday morning when my kids come in really early
Yeah.
and they wake me up. Right, that's what I hate. Like,
Well, like
let me sleep in, man.
yesterday, my daughter had a doctor's appointment at 9. And so we had to be there at 8:30. So I had to leave my house at 8. And it's like, oh my God, like this is getting earlier and earlier every time my wife gives me an update on when I have to do something. And I run a show in the middle of the night. So it's like, Jesus, it's tiring. And everybody wants to be done with kids by 5 p.m. and then go home. Like, so everything that your kids would have to do is done at a particular time, except if it's church. And then they decide, oh no, 7 is the start of the night. And then, so your whole day is fucked. You get wrecked, non-pagans.
Oh,
Yeah. I have problems. Scheduling has been on my mind a lot lately because that's all we've been doing since getting back from vacation with the school year coming up. And since,
where did you go on vacation?
We went to the Caribbean.
Oh, lovely.
Just me and the missus, 12 days.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
It was good times.
To be fair, you done it, man. Yeah, your Amber Heard streams, that you did. How many hours did you cover of that? You know?
So the daily streams were usually 10, sometimes 12 hours. And then a lot of the days I would do a night stream too. So for 6 weeks, I was pulling a bunch of like 12 to 17-hour days. It was it was too much. I don't want to do that level ever again.
Do you remember the big timing last night?
Oh yeah. Yes, that was pretty good.
I don't catch me up.
Oh, just this guy brought up like I said something like that Keffels was a shit tier streamer.
Yeah.
And the guy said, I wouldn't call Keffels a shit tier streamer. And I'm like, well, I would. And he says, and he's like, Keffels has a bigger show than me. Keffels has a bigger show than you. And I was like, wait, what? Not even close. And then he's like, yeah.
You know whose fucking stream you're on, mate.
She streams up to 2,000 people. I'm like, there's 6,000 people watching right now. Like, and this isn't even a big stream. Like, this is the average. Like, what do you, and then he's like, well, you know that YouTube pushes live streams more than Twitch does. Like, wait, what?
Twitch is only a live streaming platform, mate.
It was so weird. I was like, what are you talking about? Like,
fucking cope.
These people they're so like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't get where they get in this like need for, and first of all, like I would call Keffels a shit tier streamer if Keffels had 80,000 people watching just because I'm a dick.
Hassan Piper
like,
is a shit tier streamer.
Oh my God, it's embarrassing. Actually, every time I see a clip or anything of his show, I just want to find the nearest bag of alum and kill myself with it.
Yeah,
in Minecraft as a joke.
That's why I love what Sam Hyde did.
Yeah, me too.
Because
his shook response when someone sent him that video was so great. It's like,
why would you send somebody a video like this?
Yeah, and go on, you better ban some people, Hassan. You fucking weakling.
God,
honestly,
he bans members that disagree with him and shit
constantly. He's a disgraceful human being. And the thing is, right? Like,
I heard his uncle wants to fuck horses.
Anna Kasparian isn't a horse.
No, Yank Hugo. It's just when she went, if you were like a benevolent god, what would you do? And he was just like,
was so weird.
The first thing I would do is make it legal for you to have sex with animals.
Yeah,
right.
that was the
the day that Vorch converted to leftism? Was it? Have you seen the leaks from Vorch's Discord where it's just fantasizing about horse cock constantly?
Oh my God!
What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
That's a weirdo.
That's the side that I just don't venture near.
That's just why.
Why is it always so like I talk
why
about
is it always horse cock?
Well, why is it so degenerate? Like it's so bad. And like I'm degenerate or whatever, but I'm like the most vanilla degenerate. I'm like,
you're not degenerate.
Like, you talk about anime from time to time. It's like, oh God.
Like some big old Asian titties.
I'm
I
not
don't think it's reasonable to
discriminatory.
call
Like, they don't have to be Asian. The problem with big Asian tits is that the nipples are slanted.
Oh,
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. Wow.
But you're gonna be in trouble for that one.
Disavow.
Mm. I don't even agree from my own life experience.
So much.
Oh my god. Okay, we've got
Prejudice against slanted nipples now.
I know. All nipples are different, Nick. All nipples are different.
they are. I knew a girl in college with inverted nipples. That was the first time I'd ever heard of that. That was new to me.
I've seen them, but I've never. Well, I've seen them in material form,
Right.
But I've never come across, and that wasn't a joke.
It's not the most terrible thing.
No, it's just a thing. It's just
I'd never. It was a thing I'd never thought about. And then I encountered it, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. I wasn't like with this girl or anything. It came up in conversation because college is weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like,
did she show you then?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
How do you have that conversation?
Well, I mean, that's the trick.
They were. I mean, she was very attractive. Like she was hot. She was dumb as a box of fucking bricks.
Wow.
Well, you said attractive, so the next one was.
Well, the best part though was that she got like the weirdest thing was she was dumb, but she got like she had a 4.0.
Nice.
Like, so she could perform in school, but if you talk to her, it's like, are you okay, ma'am?
Well, there's a massive difference between intelligence and common sense.
Yeah. But it was
It speaks drastically to the schooling system, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, the number of like high school graduates you run into who literally cannot read is just embarrassing. It's like, how did you get out? I was like worried my entire life about not being able to get out of this fucking place if I didn't do well enough. And you got out, and you can't even like spell, read, talk, think.
This is why white men do so well. It's because no one gives them a fucking break for anything. Like, you're a white man, no one gives you anything for fucking free, and that's to your advantage, you know. Like, it means if you want anything, you've got to work. You got to just, it sucks. You're the person with the least fucking privilege, and so you've just got to fucking crack on and become amazing at whatever it is you're trying to do. Because otherwise, everyone's gonna be like, yeah, fuck off.
Yeah. Well, they should, because white men should fuck off. Very awful people.
No, but everyone should get that treatment. Fuck off and become amazing, or I'm not interested. That should be the general treatment for everyone everywhere.
Yeah, I want equality for everyone. I want the world to tell everybody they suck.
Yeah, exactly. Go improve, loser.
The Pie Baker says, Nika caught last night's stream on replay, spent the whole stream. 2 Ks, Nikka. Nika. Like this. Like my black Nika special whiskey.
Oh,
this is a Japanese
Don't drink
whiskey.
that. Don't drink that while drunk.
Don't drink that while drunk.
Let me tell you what I'm drinking now.
No!
It's called
Somebody dives across
1350 whiskey. This was bottled and barreled in 1350, I heard. This is caught last night's stream on replay. Spent the whole stream looking for footwear on cutting boards. By the way, legal advice: don't film yourself abusing the mentally unwell.
Wow.
No, that's basically the way to look at leftists, I've found. Like, everything. No, I mean it, right? Like, they've genuinely rationalized themselves into a position that's totally untenable. Everyone knows it's untenable, and even they do when they're like, "Oh yeah, so gender's a social construct, which you might need to cut off your cock." And it's like, right, okay, so like everyone knows these people are genuinely unhinged, and so right, just remember you're dealing with someone who has no adequate grasp on the world, and then it gets easier from there.
Oh, and it's wild, like how inadequate the grasp is, and how they will doggedly adhere to it for no reason, when there is no benefit, when there's no point, when there's nothing to win at all. Like,
and when it's obviously wrong.
Like when I asked the guy, like, what 3 guys would you fuck if they became women? He'd just be like, look, I'm not into trans girls, I don't think. And that's fine. Like, that's an okay statement. Like, you can just not be like, I'm not into fat chicks.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I have a rule.
we know that he couldn't say that because of his religion.
I know,
Yeah,
and that's what makes it great. It's like,
I liked it when you said, how many men sucking another man's cock is too many for a heterosexual man?
Now, I think there's an easy
And
answer.
he couldn't answer that. I've got a very quick answer to that.
That's
One.
pretty easy.
It's a very easy answer to me, but he couldn't answer it.
Well, I got news for you. Means you're gay.
I got news for you.
Oh, I gotta grab a different color. I gotta grab a brown. I'll be right back.
Is that Nick saying that needs a poo?
I don't know. I mean, where are his?
I'm not sure if that was.
Oh no, they're behind him. Right.
Oh, look. He's on the other table.
Yeah.
But yes, I thought it was a pretty simple question to answer. But
Well,
apparently
profoundly simple.
apparently not. Apparently that guy could not answer that question. And hold on, when Nick comes back, but I think they also stressed that they were not attracted to trans
Okay, well, that's
women.
fine.
I know it. No, I know it's fine, but then they have to try and justify it 7 ways from sideways because of the cult they're all part of.
And we've seen a million articles saying, well, look, if you won't date a trans person, you're transphobic. It's like, well, you got me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I busted out the so I said that people were born like they were born racist. Or I asked him if people could be born racist because he was like, he said that racism isn't an immutable characteristic. I said, well, how do you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, because it's learned. And I was like, but I've seen articles about racist babies.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, he just had no idea. It's like, what is immutable at this point? Like anything you could just like, I like Gatorade, I guess that's immutable now because it's not like I chose to like Gatorade. I just do. So does my status as a Gatorade drinker get me anything? Like, what do I have to?
Well,
am I a football
remember
player now?
Nana Cherry? 7 seconds.
Remember what?
Nana Cherry.
What the hell is Nana Cherry?
Nana Cherry was a rapper, female rapper.
Oh,
Back in the early 90s.
sure.
And
showing your age, your ass.
I know, very much so. I don't care.
Wait, she hated you?
And she did a song called 7 Seconds.
Oh.
Which is when you're born, you're 7 seconds away from becoming racism.
Oh, is that what that's about?
It takes that long?
Apparently, that's I think.
Well, I guess the white baby never met any black babies before that. It takes a whole 7 seconds.
It's just so fucking tiring. Like, I can't imagine being a black person, but like, right, okay, wake up in the morning, right, what's racist today? Oh, fucking do something else, mate.
The funny thing is, I think there is a huge segment of the black population who can't picture that either.
Yeah.
Right? Because they like wake up and they're like, you know what I have to do today? I have to go to fucking work.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's what I have to. I don't have time to worry about what may or may not be racist in the ether. I have to just go.
What's racist on Twitter? Quick, I've got to check before I go to work.
I got to just go and do my job, whatever that is.
I am
stealing cars.
Very close to just leaving Twitter now.
Well, I don't blame you. It's a piece of shit.
It's just such a garbage platform.
Mm.
It is. It's just massive. Like I go on, like I could be happy, like wake up, beautiful day, do my thing, and then I go, oh, just check my socials, and then I'm fucking miserable. Like as soon as I have, that was
with our vacation for 12 days. I think I even looked at Twitter about 4 of them. Wow. And most of the time I just left my phone in our room and I didn't. I mean, it was heaven. I'm not even like it was. I didn't have a care in the world. I wasn't mad at like random shit. And like, I know I missed a whole bunch of stuff. I know I missed a bunch of messages and I felt bad about it later. But in the moment, I was like, I remember a simpler time when I wasn't tethered to other people's opinions for everything. It's like, can I just fucking escape that? And it was great. I would strong recommend doing that.
But it's like,
Again, it gets easier when you remember you're dealing with insane people, right?
Right.
Mm.
When you realize these people are genuinely mental, like they're trapped in a purely theoretical world, and like you've got shit to do.
Yeah.
Yes, I know somebody said you've been thinking about this for 3 years. No, you're right. It's been like a year and a half. It's been like a year and a half. I've been like, I need to get off this. And I've just got to get off it.
Yeah.
It's tough though, because it is a cesspool and it's disgusting, but like I went through a time where I wasn't tweeting out the show link, and you have a noticeable percentage drop in viewers if you're not cross-pollinating on other mediums, because the YouTube notification system is such fucking garbage.
Yeah.
And so it's like you have to balance, like, well, I don't really care for Twitter and I don't like engaging in it, but shit, like on the other end, it is kind of really valuable for the whole business part of things.
YouTube's hilarious though. It's like you get 3 notifications a day. Okay, so if I put this one video out, you're going to send out a notification for it. Not necessarily.
Yeah, not really.
It's wait, what? If we get 3 notifications a day for three different medias, and you're saying that if I put just one out, you might not even send out a notification for that.
The thing that drives me fucking crazy about that, it's like, okay, you're going to give me 3 notifications. Can I pick when they go out? Like, can I attach a notification like to my video and say, I want this one to notify to all of my followers? Like, just do that. Even if it's like one of those a week, like a bonus notification, it's like I could just pick the one where it goes out. Like, can I do that? Nope, you can't. They just will not let you have it or have access to it or control over it. It's like,
just remember, YouTube as a platform sees us as kind of the legacy user base.
Right.
Like they're the mainstream media platform now for the 21st century.
Yeah, that's what
so like your being there is actually an inconvenience to them.
Right, because the big problem is they pay us versus the mainstream media who pays YouTube.
Pay them. Yeah, exactly. And also, we could say anything. We don't have a yoke on us, or at least until the YouTube terms and conditions change that day. But you're an inconvenient thing to have.
Oh yeah.
What my mum said when I was born.
Thanks, Mum. It's like, why do you have to say it every day?
Yeah.
When I was born, and every day for the next 30 years.
I get once or twice, Mum, but this is like 45 years in a row now. Come on, it's just leave it alone.
I got the message, Mum.
She's like, I wish you would leave me alone.
Yeah, but YouTube's what happens when a platform literally gets annoyed with its own users. It's like, okay, sorry, so inconveniencing you, Susan.
But the whole reason that YouTube got popular was because it was against the mainstream.
Yeah. Broadcast yourself. That's gone.
It was literally where you could go to get away from all of the bullshit. And then they're like, well, no, people want to see that everywhere. It's like, no, we honestly, CNN has its own distribution and it's fine. And we don't want to see that anywhere else. Like, just let them be.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, except for CNN Plus. Everybody wanted CNN Plus. That was the winner. That one did really well.
When your video about CNN Plus had more viewership than CNN Plus. That was pretty funny.
When it came out, it was during the Depp trial, or when they announced the closure of it, I think. It was during the Depp trial, and I had streams bigger than the subscriber base.
Yes.
With more live viewers than CNN Plus. Oh, did you see they fired, like, Brian Stetler's stupid show got canceled?
Hey, yeah, and is it any coincidence there was a headline the day later saying man in Spain has been tested for AIDS, COVID, and monkeypox.
And the
You think that
answer
was
was
Brian
yes.
Stelter?
And I was like, Brian Stelter took his firing pretty hard.
That guy looks like a wreck. I mean,
He looks like
like
a
he's
goblin,
about to
like an
eat you.
actual even demon.
Mm.
Like his grin is just the most macabre thing I've ever seen.
yeah. God,
Selling yourself out really shows, man. The physiognomy of it is just
well, that's the
palpable.
thing. I think that's one of the hard things for press people in general,
Yeah.
who stay the distance. They have to be performative and they have to lie. And I think that's a big advantage that individual content creators have is like people tend to, I mean, not everybody does it the same way, but people tend to like authenticity and openness and like access to the people that they're watching. And that's a value. Whereas for CNN, access and openness from these people would probably put people into insane asylums, like knowing their proclivities.
Well, we know that's why Project Veritas did such a good job with what's his name, Van Jones, with the whole Russia investigation being a nothing burger. Like Access showed us that they know it's not true. They know it's all BS. They just paid shills. I mean, literally paid shills.
Van Jones is that guy's kind of a weirdo.
Oh, they all are. Don Lemon, fucking crazy. Chris Cuomo, like, you know, all of them.
Ubu Roy says Ave Dominus Nox. Jerk off Juggernaut. I've been catching up on last night's show. It started great and then devolved into a shit show. It's been great seeing you rip apart a disabled that had no clue what he was talking about outside of the narrative.
I told you, like, you got to remember you're dealing with someone who's genuinely suffering with mental impairments.
Oh no, I knew right away. It said, and when I told him, I should pull up the DMs. I told him, I said, I don't do debates, and I'm very hesitant about that because I know it's favorable turf on my show for me, and I don't, I don't want someone thinking that they're being ambushed or bullied by the chat. And he's like, "Oh, I'm not worried about the chat bullying me." I'm like, I didn't say, "Well, are you worrying about me bullying you?" Because it could go that way.
I'll bully you.
if you ask real nice, I'll just go ahead and do it. but God, these weirdos. I don't know.
And you did.
Well, he did ask though. I let him ask. It just didn't take him long.
Just let him be crazy. Just got to accept they're mental. You're not, and that's the way it is.
Well, I mean, I am though a little bit.
No. Like
you're not. That's just the thing.
Yeah, you're pretty normal, and like, but they can't separate their desire for the sort of revolutionary future with what is happening in reality. Like that to them, they're the same thing, right?
Right.
And so when you're like, I would like this thing, but I know I'm not going to get it because of X, Y, Z. They are off in a world of fairy tales.
Where socialism means sat on a sofa being given copious amounts of money by the government while they pursue their lifelong dream of doing fuck all because they're a bum.
Well, and then they tell heroin and yiffing into VR.
Oh God!
It's
I've
like,
heard
why?
that
Why
word.
is that?
I don't know what it means.
Don't
Yiff?
Don't look it up.
Yeah,
I've heard of it.
I promise, don't look it up. Trust me, as
like blue waffle. I'm never going to Google it.
Don't keep yourself pure, mate. I'm trying.
I want to be pure. I want to be innocent.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things is to get people to go to the vegan activism site Meatspin, where they give you the true facts about the spin of the meat industry.
Yeah.
And God, that is.
So I've never heard of Meatspin, but I know it's not a vegan activism site.
It absolutely is.
Oh, you liar.
Oh, is that? Oh, is it? No, I've been watching some Drexel streams.
Don't do that.
Is this the one where they plow the activists?
No. That's Antifa abuse.
Oh, Antifa abuse. Okay.
Who is this Drexel fellow? I've heard many good things about him. I've had people say,
God,
you should talk to
him.
Yeah, Drex is he's a friend of mine. We grew up we pretty much grew up together. We've been friends since like junior high.
Right.
And so and he and I our lives took very different paths after college.
Right.
But then, a couple years ago, we started hanging out again. And it's just been grand. he's a full-on MGTOW guy who
But is he though?
Well,
13 times a month. You know what I'm saying?
I know, well, not a month. It was 13 times in 10 months.
Okay. Sorry.
I've been ribbing him because he's like, I'll never do a relationship again, but he seems to have like a wife. That he goes to visit all the time. It's pretty funny, but yeah, he got kind of called out by lead attorney on that one. But no, he's a good dude, and he's very open about his opinions, and he'll happily share them with whoever.
He's awesome. He's so entertaining to listen to and watch.
Yeah,
I've heard people saying, "Dude, you should talk to him. He's hilarious."
Yeah,
it's like
I can connect you.
Yeah,
it's like having a normal conversation like we know used to have 10 years ago.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, can you even imagine?
It's just like that. In the future, like in 5 years' time, we're going to be going into back streets, into little dark rooms, and handing over copious amounts of money to sit across from a table, just have a normal conversation with somebody.
Yeah, just a bitch about our wives.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about how annoying your wife's been this week? Oh God,
a speakeasy. Like it'll be a literal speakeasy. Like, oh my gosh.
I know. We have a speakeasy around here.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah. And you have to know. I can't say what it is because I know what it is.
Yeah.
But you have to know what to say to gain access to it.
You have an actual password.
Speak friend and enter.
Something like that. Speaks slightly different, but yeah. And then you get access to the speakeasy.
Yeah, that's good.
I bought my wife shorts that say "Speak friend and enter."
Isn't that fucking tragic though? That's where we're at now.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely pathetic.
Fucking Englishman can't speak his mind anymore.
Americans can't either, man.
Is his castle.
They have globo homoed the anti-speech agenda. Like there is no safety from it because they just shelled it out to corporations to allow them to enforce the government will. I mean, did you guys see that wild fucking clip with Zuckerberg talking to Rogan about the FBI coming and being like, yeah, just suppress the Hunter Biden laptop story?
Well, did you see that Biden's regime was doing the same thing with Twitter, like pressuring Twitter? Well, I say quote unquote pressuring.
Well, like, Twitter was just like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Twitter happy.
We would be happy to do that, sir.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like us to do, sir?
It's just disgusting.
Sir, gorgeous sir, wonderful sir.
Yeah. But it's really dark times. You think about it.
Yeah, I just feel like fucking off to somewhere like Japan, you know.
I think it'll hit there too, though.
I don't know.
Not for a while. Not for a long one. Not for a good while.
But eventually catch up, man. We can't abandon our countries. Come on, that's crazy.
Well, I mean, but what do we do in the UK, dude? Everything. Conservatives are fucked. The fucking Labour Party's fucked. The Lib Dems are fucked. There's nothing. We got no fucking choices here.
Yeah, we don't have any representation at all, do we?
None. They're all fucked, and they're all fucking out for themselves as well.
Yeah.
Look, when it gets bad enough, I'm gonna just fuck off to an island. Like,
dude, can I come?
Yeah, might as well. Bless you.
No, thanks. I'm sick.
No worries.
So you're gonna take your Amber Heard money and. That's right. I saw the articles about them whining about you making money off Amber Heard. I was like, that's my boy.
Yeah. Shockingly, my business model of not requiring anyone to do anything, but just doing something that people like is market capitalism actually does work when it's allowed to a little bit, and people just pay whatever there's an equilibrium price on entertainment, and people will hit it. That's just kind of the natural microeconomic model.
Yeah.
We stream, we talk, but I dumped some cheddar onto you during that time because it was fucking entertaining. I was getting money's worth, you know. I would have to spend good fucking and probably a lot more money in the outside world to get the type of entertainment that I got during the Rittenhouse trial and the Depp trial and everything that went along with it, and the amount of hours a day and the in depth and the conversation. It was good.
Oh, I love the Rittenhouse trial. It's just there's just
too.
something about a young lad who shoots a bunch of nonces in cold blood and then gets, he did nothing wrong. That is perfect. That is just
Well, if he didn't shoot them, he'd be dead today. I'm telling you that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
did nothing wrong.
Someone got mad at me and Drexel, I think, because we talk about what do we do? But we talk about some of these guys who are kind of heroic, like James Fairbanks. I don't know if you guys know the story of James Fairbanks, but he was a guy. He's in Oklahoma, and I think it was, and he was kind of going around the neighborhood. He was looking for a new place to live, and in the area, he sees this guy who is staring at a playground full of children and just like not doing anything. And he's like, what the hell is this? So he goes into detective Batman mode and he like looks this guy up, finds him on the registry, finds out that he had served 2 whole years for raping kids in prison. And he decides that this guy is a menace. And so he fakes looking at an apartment that the guy was renting out and goes and just blasts him. And then he sends a note to the media and says, I'm James Fairbanks. I did this. I shot this guy for these reasons. I know that I'll go to prison for it, but I'll be happy about it because this guy was a danger to children. I've been affected by people like this in the past, and I won't let it happen again. It's like, holy shit. Wow. This guy went for it.
Legally, we're probably not allowed to endorse that. So
No, but it's just part of the thing we talk about is like, if the system doesn't do it, people always will. And this is it's an important lesson on rights and also powers of government in the United States, because all of the governmental power that exists comes borrowed from the governed. Like, if there is no government police force, the police force is the people, maybe even the person or the individual. We just decided for some reason that maybe we should let this go down to a series of people who are authorized to act in certain ways. And the main reason we decided that is because we could then put rules on them on what they could and couldn't do. Because otherwise it's just pure vigilantism and your sense of morality dictates the response. So we did that. But when that system stops working, and in particular with regards to kids, I mean, we're going to see more and more of this stuff because people are getting really fucking tired of the pedo shit.
Oh yeah. And
well, because
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. Because you see everywhere now. You see people trying to justify it every cause, and when you're going into you're seeing that shit about the drag rate, the drag things in pubs, and kids are there. Number one, what is a kid doing in a fucking pub in the first fucking place, in a bar, something like that? Number two. Why are they fucking being twerked at and then encouraged to twerk? Why are they being encouraged to stuff money down drag queens' crotches and all this kind of stuff? No. If you're a parent and you do that, you need to have your fucking child taken away from you.
Well, the crazy shit is, so I don't know the full extent of this story because I just got an email about it in the town next to mine, which is about the same size, about 2,000 to 3,000 people, a small town. They have a community theater, and they brought in from the Twin Cities, from Minneapolis, St. Paul, they brought in some director who is putting on a drag show, which all the advertisements and flyers, very clear, 18 plus drag show, perfectly fine, right? Like, that's not my preferred entertainment.
Perfectly fine, quote unquote, but yeah.
But I mean, look, if people want to go watch something, like, I don't care. However, apparently, like, and this is what was in the email. Apparently, this person is talking about a surreptitious show at the same venue for children that are not supposed to like have parental involvement, and talking about trying to get distribution, I think, through like the schools, because schools start up after this weekend. And so and like the drag shows on, I think the 17th, but they're talking about like this pre-show where kids could be brought in without their parents' knowledge or some bullshit like that. And I'm like, this can't be real. Like this cannot actually be real. I hope to God that someone misheard something and like they misunderstood what was said and then made inferences and it's blowing up, but I've got to investigate it because if it's happening, I might have to crash it.
I mean like, sorry, go on. Anyone who says I want access to your children without your knowledge and consent, nonce.
Yeah,
that is not a normal thing to say.
No, it's unacceptable in every situation. So,
and it's the number of people who like justify it unthinkingly are insane. They're like, well, but it's a doctor or it's whatever. It's like, what if it was your cousin Frank who's like, hey, I want to hang out with your little girl for a couple hours without your knowledge or consent? Would that be? I guess they're asking for consent there, but like that's what I want to do. Like, no, you know what? Actually, you can fuck right off, and if you don't fuck right off, I will fuck you off to the afterlife in just a second.
I got this wood chipper out the back. If you could meet me there in 5 minutes.
Can you just go lean over the opening and look into it for a little bit?
I think it's got a jam. If you could just stick your head in it, see if
I don't get it, man. I don't.
Yeah. Look, what consenting adults do doesn't have to be your cup of tea. It's not meant to be your cup of tea.
Yeah.
But when you start bringing children, and when you start using language like your parents don't have to know.
When you're trying to get surreptitious access to my children, the answer changes.
Yeah. Right. The answer of can I have surreptitious access to your children is well, one, you ask, so it's no longer surreptitious, and two, I have this interesting contraption for you. Get the fuck out. You disgusting.
Somebody said what I said was actually unacceptable, and I do apologize. They said they should go in feet first, not head first.
Yeah.
Okay.
How could you?
I know. I apologize.
It's just your first day.
Rookie move on the internet.
I tell you what, there is this attitude in left-wing circles that children aren't innocent. And I find this very peculiar because obviously I have
protection.
Children. Yeah, I have children and they are innocent, right? And the innocence is beautiful, right? And you do want to protect the innocence because when they say something that's just so like uncorrupted by the world, it's genuinely lovely.
There's oh, sorry. Keep going.
No. Well, I'm going to do what I can to make sure that the world doesn't corrupt you for just a couple more years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, there's a whole lyrical verse about it from the prophetess Taylor Swift. It's a song called "Never Grow Up," and it's literally about how you're like this little perfect thing, and the world is going to just beat you down and corrupt you and ruin all of this. Try to never get there because like you're pure. And it's such a crazy thing to see people who want to destroy that value. It's like, why? Like, why can't they just be kids for a while? Like why do you have to rush them into literally everything as fast as possible? Like, I did this thing. Now every child should. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. That's not the answer.
Yeah. Yeah. And that really is it, isn't it? It's like if I'm corrupted, everyone has to be corrupted. It's like really, I think of it like if I'm corrupted, my kids definitely shouldn't be, and other people's kids shouldn't be corrupted. Like one thing I don't let my kids have is just electronic devices. Just don't let them have them. Don't have phones. Don't have laptops so they get to do what they want on them. Stuff like that. It's just not good for them. And I tell you what, they're way happier without them. I can see my son's peers are like. I don't want to say corrupted because you don't want to say that about children, but you know what I mean? It's like they've had too much exposure to the world and they're cynical already, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't want my 7-year-old to be cynical.
Well, and they don't understand why they're cynical. That's the other thing. They just know that there's something that they either don't like or are not supposed to like, and they don't necessarily have the ability to process why. Yeah. And so they just get this attitude that you then cannot remedy because you can't explain it to them.
But what is this desire to grow kids up immediately? They are kids. This is the reason that they're called children and not adults.
Yeah.
And one of the things in yesterday's stream, Nick, was the absolute disregard of parenting up until the age of 18.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
Because-
that was crazy.
because-
Tell
You
me
know-
about it. I didn't say it.
Oh well, he was basically saying you go behind your parents' back and you shouldn't need your parents' consent
What?
to get puberty
for-
blockers.
yeah, to get any
my
to
God.
get mutilated and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was
Jesus.
just thinking, never mind being a fucking retard at 12 when you're kids.
Yeah.
You know,
Which we all
fucking
were.
yeah, absolutely.
all
We're
were.
retards up until about 35.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you know, it's just incredible to think that they could believe that a child could objectively and critically work out what they are without their parent. Oh, it was, dude, it was vile to listen to. Vile.
Yeah, well, so that the whole crux of the discussion was Keffel's talking about this giving HRT to minors.
Yeah.
And me saying that Keffel's belongs on the wall.
Yeah.
And Keffel's then tweeted that out, tweeted the clip out and said that I said that Keffel's needs to be put on the wall and shot in the head, which is not what I said at all. But they're trying to use that to get me canceled, right?
Yeah.
So that was kind of the crux of the discussion was this
But look at the evil. Look, we want to mutilate children. If you object, we want everything taken away from you.
yes.
Okay, villain. Like, I can't think of a more obvious villain move. Like, Keffels may as well say, look, I'm evil and I hate people. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And so like this discussion about he tried to make it sound like Keffels was talking about puberty blockers. Keffels specifically said hormone replacement therapy, which came up later in the stream and was a great BTFO moment. But but even so, he's talking about how these kids should, if a kid decides that they are a boy or a girl and they're the opposite biological sex, that they should have access without the parents' knowledge or consent to these things.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why now the knowledge and consent of the parents is necessary is because that's the only way to get medical access to it. But he said it is a lesser evil to give the children these drugs without medical treatment than to involve the parents.
Well, at least we've agreed that what they're doing is evil.
That's what I said. It's
Yeah,
like, so it's evil.
let me use the lesser of two evils as a quote.
So you guys are fully in the camp evil, and you're just like how And I said honestly, I don't even know if this is a lesser evil either. I think they may well just be lying, and since they're a bunch of fucking villains, I don't.
Are
think
we
they'd be
the
above lying.
baddies?
Yeah, they absolutely are.
Yes.
We just want to castrate kids, guys. What are your fucking problem?
Yeah. Will you just get with the times? God,
Yeah, exactly. It's full.
I feel so sorry for children.
Oh God, man.
I feel so sorry for, because we've been kids before, and life's very confusing, and particularly if you go through and don't this is old school stuff. But I went through quite an abusive childhood. And when you go through abuse as a child, you're all over the fucking place. I was fostered multiple times.
Right.
I was in multiple strangers' houses. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was too young to really grasp a concept of this. I could have easily have gone down any path, any terrible pathway because of this cycle that I was going through, and it's hard. You don't know. I said this isn't a sympathy thing, guys. It's all over. I've exercised these demons many years ago. But it's hard, and you don't understand what's there, and you're so vulnerable to abuse. And it was around me, and it was happening to me. Never mind in the house that I had to get to be fostered multiple times. But to actually go back into a cycle of abuse again. And if it was like today, then you just don't fucking know what could have happened because of the absolute fucking degenerates that are out there that are looking to take advantage of situations like this and vulnerability of children. And you know, I was fortunate enough to you know, grow up and get out of it, and get myself into a position where, you know, I did exercise it all and get it out and be like relatively normal.
I mean, I don't know if that's true.
That's up for debate, isn't it?
But hey, man, like, I mean, as normal as one can be, but with someone with a well-aligned moral compass, right? That's the issue.
Mm.
You know, you didn't like, because like when we were young, you know, okay, these things happen, but at least there wasn't a powerful lobbying group that had perverted society and saying this is actually good and not evil.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say badly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, but I get you, man, because this was at least recognized as an evil. Like, when we were young.
They were at least on the same page that this shit was wrong, and now they're like, well, maybe though. No, there's no well, maybe. Well, maybe in some instances, not really.
No. And this is what I was thinking about with like the concept of innocence, right? So there's something to this that I think this is the crux. This is how the left loses eventually, right? No. Because like innocence is not a material thing, right? It's spiritual, right? It's but it's something people can see and you can feel, right? You and it has to be true, right? A child, when they're born, they're not born with knowledge of the world, and so they are innocent of the world. That's undeniably true. And so this kind of spiritual aspect actually demonstrates that all of the world isn't just materialism, right? That there is something spiritual, and I'm not saying it's God or religion or anything like that. I'm saying it's metaphysical. You know, there are things that are real that are not physical, and and that's I think that's why they're so desperate to pervert children.
Which,
like,
by the way,
they don't articulate, obviously.
Some people get very sketchy about the idea of metaphysicality, but like that doesn't have to mean whatever you're like automatically predisposed to putting upon it. Thought is metaphysical in many, like cognizance is, these are metaphysical concepts, and that's fine. Like that's an okay thing. And to recognize that there is some like, you know, it's called different things for different people, but that there is some essence or some spirit or some soul or whatever you want to say to a person that is worth something, is valuable and is present, is not crazy because your consciousness exists.
Yeah, and the innocence of children, I think, is the best example of it. You know, because everyone believed in Santa at some point, and I bet everyone can remember when they realized Santa wasn't real too.
Yep.
You know,
like
I remember being about, I don't know, 8 or 9 or something, and hearing my parents like packing the presents on Christmas Eve, and like being at the top of the stairs and thinking, what are they doing? You know, and it just you know, just didn't. But then, you know, I realized, oh yeah, okay, fair enough. That was just something they were telling me to be fun, right? But it's you like the innocence thing. I think that's the thing. That's the crux of it.
Yeah, it's a nasty one because too many people just want to take it. It doesn't make any sense. An orange sea lion says, "Tell the Brit Bong Boomer he will always be Sargon in our hearts."
That's fine. You're all privileged as well.
Also, Sargon, there better be pictures from today's stream on the Gatekeeper Facebook group. I always enjoy your posts. The Emperor protects.
I will. I've got my little you guys have seen my Instagram pictures, right?
Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah.
I hate you so much.
Well, it's because I bought these like lights. They're not even that expensive, but they're, you know, like professional sort of quality lights. Right. And I had 2 left over because I didn't need like 4, but they came in the pack. And so I was just like, right, okay. And I'd done the terrain just for the fun of it, just because it turned out looking quite good. And I was like, okay, great. And then I was just like, I can actually get a background. People were saying, you know, you need a background. So I got a couple of backgrounds. They were like 10 off Amazon. I just put them up against the wall, put the lights on, and they come out looking professional. I was like, holy shit. You know, it was so little work. And I was just like, okay, well, that was fun. So yeah, I'll have these guys up tomorrow. I promise. I love that gatekeeping group, by the way. It's a great group.
I just remembered I didn't tag you guys in the thing because I made the stupid link on my phone. I was a couple hours from the house.
I wouldn't have anyway.
Yeah.
I was just gonna fuck these guys.
Did you catch that part of the stream? That weird thing at the beginning with that Duncan guy. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot to tag your Twitch channel in the I was gonna put your Twitch link in.
Oh, and he didn't want it. He didn't want it in.
Yeah, he didn't want it in there. And that was when I had already gathered, but that was when like, okay, this guy's really gonna be a fucking twat, isn't he? Like, don't tag me on your 500,000 well, not quite 469,000 subscriber YouTube channel. Don't put my link in the description of this video that'll be watched by 90,000 people. Don't do that. I wouldn't want that to happen. That'd be crazy. Oh God.
But debate trying to get on a channel at 4 o'clock in the morning when you're a Brit, that's just dumb anyway. So
yeah. Well, then complain. He's like, "Oh, it's 8:30 here. It's so late." I'm like, wait, what? It's in the morning. That's very weird. But maybe he was tired from the night before. I don't know. I don't know when he went to sleep or anything.
Oh, when he said it was 8:30, it was 8:30 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know if he had because I had talked to him hours before to invite him on the show. And so I figured he had slept some. I mean, I only slept an hour and a half today. So
nice.
If the dude doesn't get a good night's sleep before coming on your show, that's not your fault.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to apologize for his silly mistake.
I certainly would.
And I handicap myself, as I always do, by drinking heavily. And and they still can't manage to do, can't someone just come and call me a asshole and put me in my place? That'd be great. Windy Shrimp, thank you for reminding us why we split from that silly island. Oh, hi, Az and Sargon.
Hi.
Patrick Els, my internet in this shithole of a hotel is such garbage that the stream is constantly pausing to buffer. However, it did pause long enough for me to see Nick looking drunk while drinking Gatorade. God bless you, gents, and all hail the Golden Throne. No, I am not drinking this morning. That was just me being. I'm not
drinking
tired.
This morning.
Or wait. I'm not drinking this evening. It's evening now. I'm just so fucking tired because I had to wake up early today and take my wife to an appointment in the Twin Cities, which is about 2 hours away. So to wake up, take her there, get the appointment done, drive immediately back, which is why I had to do the stream at 3 instead of 2.
Right.
3 my time. 9.
Sorry, Nick, I'll suffer for you. I only have to get up at 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, should I tag? Is Lotus Eaters on YouTube still, or did you guys get kicked off?
No, we're on everything.
Okay, I thought I had heard that podcast Lotus Eaters got kicked off. Let me make sure.
No. We're good boys. We make sure we follow all the rules.
I'm subscribed, but I don't get any notifications from you.
Wow, that's YouTube for you, isn't it?
If you would put a Romanian pole vaulter in the thumbnail, I would probably get more notifications.
Yep. You doubtless would.
Oh, there we go.
I love. You can't see it very well because my camera's miles away, but I fucking love these Soul Reaper cannons on the rubrics. They're so good.
Do you not even have like a thing to focus your camera from miles away?
Well, the problem is the thing's too small for it to recognize as being like a thing.
Oh, because I can
there we go.
Here we go. Hold on. Here we go.
Boom.
Boom. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
1,000 Suns.
So beautiful. Such a beautiful model.
Very cool.
But they're great on the board as well, man. Like fucking 5 shots, AP -3, strength 6. That BTFO is the regular assault cannon, man. It's so good.
I always like 1,000 Suns. I like them in the Heresy books a lot. They're so unfair in the Heresy era. It's hilarious. Because like, well, they're dropships in the Heresy novels.
Shit.
They don't get shot down because on every dropship is one of the they have like the different schools of the sorcerers, and there's one of the guys who can predict the future on every dropship, so they know where all the incoming fire is, and they dodge all of it. It's
very
like,
cool.
They always land 100% of their forces, which is just unfair.
But that's a beautiful fucking sort of mechanic, isn't it? That tie in with the thing. Yeah, it should be that way with these guys, you know?
Right. Yeah. I love the 1,000 Suns book. Again, Burning of Prospero, and then there was the other one. I don't remember which one it was.
The 1,000 Suns got a little bit fucked after the.
Oh yeah, they got wrecked. Don't get me wrong, but I still think that fight was unfair. I don't think I really like legitimately don't see how anyone could beat Magnus in a fight but yet they
Wow,
let,
Lehman Russ has got fucking Space Wolf plot armor.
Yeah, I know. I hate it.
Very,
him
very
and
armor.
Ragnar
Yeah.
Blackmane, like, oh god.
Honestly, that's why they were gay in the fucking second edition. It was obvious plot armor.
You know, and Abaddon has some really fucking shitty plot
Oh,
armor.
God, yeah.
Hate him. I
mean,
like
what
Abaddon.
Abaddon is like
Leave
the
Abaddon
galaxy's biggest
alone.
loser as well. How many
Hey,
fucking
he's
Black
not. He
Crusades?
just knows a good tactical retreat.
Yeah. Or sometimes he gets killed and the Dark Gods just teleport him out and bring him back because he's Abaddon.
Why this
Whatever.
guy? Why can't we get a guy who wins a battle?
Okay, Admiral Peanut Butter. On your knees in church, time to show reverence. In Russia, time for bullet. In prison, time for schlong. Oh, is that on your knees is an idiomatic expression similar to going against the wall or going on the wall or whatever it was that I said. I don't even remember anymore. Dean Domino says, hey, Carl, since you're here, I believe one of your video commentators, Preston Poulter, called out Rackets for his coverage of a lawsuit, an appeal loss, or adventures in clout chasing. Figured you should get the other side.
Adventures in cloud chasing.
I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about.
See, you don't know who Preston Poulter is?
Not off the top of my head. I'd probably recognize the face.
Weird. I wonder why it says one of your video commentators.
Oh, well, with our gold tier subscriptions, we've got it so you can just record like a video on your phone and upload it and play it in the podcast at the end.
There you go. Okay.
Oh yeah, like an advanced super chat, you know.
Preston does not like me at all.
Oh right, okay.
Preston had this interesting thing happen where he was calling out a bunch of like Comicsgate people or whatever, and then Sheila Aliens, who's a mod on my channel, wasn't at the time though. I don't think I'd met her yet. She found a video of Preston getting pegged by his ex-wife. It was
this is going to strange places I wasn't expecting, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, well, and so he and his ex-wife had produced this amateur pornography and uploaded it to the internet to make money off of it. And then when people started pointing out and laughing at it, he went on a rampage, like accusing everybody of revenge pornography. It's like, no, it's not revenge. It's just regular pornography.
I mean, I think there's a lesson there. Never upload anything to the internet.
And again, I've got to go with my ultimate. This is my rule for life success to all the men out there. Never take a picture or video where your chin and heels are in the same frame.
Oh,
healthy lifestyle advice.
How does Destiny do that? just joking, Steve. I love you, really,
mate. He was watching my debate with Duncan today, and he did invite me on a couple minutes before the show started, and I was like, I got another show I'm doing, so sorry, but I would have gone on otherwise, because the couple discussions I've had with Destiny have been fine, very cordial. We disagree on stuff, but oh my god, what will we do?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh dear. You know,
the end of the world is coming.
Let's see, Thomas Finton. No, wait, no. Gates of Above says, Nick, what costs more for the Lizzo show, the production costs or the catering bill? Have you watched that show at all, Az?
No, but I thought it would have been the private jet to get her there.
Oh god,
because that's all she fucking takes, isn't it? Private jets.
I looked into I completely misread something the other day. I got an ad. I think it was on Instagram for a private jet service, like a membership service where you don't own a private jet, but you have access to private jets at any
you'll
moment.
Be happy.
And I was like, and I was reading the pricing, and it was it's very expensive. And it looks very expensive, but when you consider 7 passengers, the way the pricing worked out was there's an initial deposit of like 25 grand, which is a lot of money. And then they said they had these rates starting at $500 per hour of flight time.
Jeez.
And so I'm like, wait, $500 an hour of flight time. When you have 5 kids and you want to fly you, the wife, and 5 kids somewhere, it's like $4,000 for tickets. Like it just costs a shitload of money. So $500 an hour actually comes out cheap. So if you fly enough, you can do this. And it's like, oh man. So I was looking at it to see if this is a possibility. Turns out I was way wrong on the pricing. Those one-way specials are not the normal prices that they have. Turns out for one flight of 1 hour with my family, it would cost $9,000. In addition to the initial membership fee of the $25,000 plus $10,000 a year, plus you also, and I didn't ask about this because I was already like, oh, I'm priced way the fuck out of this thing. I need yacht money first. You have to do a deposit of like a minimum of $150,000 in case like the plane crashes. So they just hold your money.
It's not my fault.
And I was like, wait, this looked like it was reasonable for a minute. And then I learned it was not. And I felt like, man, I was like, cool. I'm going to be cool. Like Lizzo with a private jet, not really mine, but I'm getting there, but no, nowhere even close. Like I'm embarrassingly poor compared to the rich. It's so funny.
Yeah. But it's amazing what they'll waste their fucking money on, isn't it? Like, Jesus.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but when you're an environmentalist and you go around everywhere in a private jet.
Good point, Az. Got places to be.
There's, there's a certain thing there. I don't
Davos
know.
conferences to attend.
Yeah, they're very important ones, too, about reducing the carbon emissions of everyone else.
Yeah.
Apart from them.
Who was it who just, is
ruin us all, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, these fucking lunatics are going to ruin everything.
You know what's crazy is these lunatics are the reason that people cannot afford private jet services. Like legitimately, like, because that private jet service and the price, like what it used to just be called was the airport. But they put so much lunatic fucking red tape around everything that now there's a second airport, which is more like the old airport. Like the old airport where you just went up and like you got on a plane with your bags and they flew you somewhere instead of going through a machine that will look at your penis size, then to be groped by a man named Harry at the TSA, to be told you can't bring on a water bottle from outside, but you can buy a $5 water bottle inside. Like the old airport, the one where you could go and wait for your family to land. And then like when your family member came off the plane, you'd be like right there and you'd be like, yay, let's go get your bags. Like that airport exists now. It just costs 15 times as much as the current airport, but it used to just be the airport. And it's amazing to think of what that is.
Oh, it's disgusting, isn't it?
I hate it. I hate all these people who did this. They added bloat and then charged us for the bloat that they added that we didn't want.
Fucking privilege.
Yeah, but the World Economic Forum is being run by a literal Nazi who talks about a new world order and everyone seems cool with it.
I love that he was literally born in Ravensburg during Nazi Germany. I mean, like, okay, that's a super villain backstory.
Yeah.
I just want, the World Economic Forum would work if Hans Mieke or whatever was running it.
Janis Korwin-Mikke.
Yeah, okay, that's his name.
Oh yeah.
I call him Hans anyway.
If he was running it.
That guy's so fucking funny.
I know he's great, isn't he?
Okay, next one. Thomas Finton. Reject Rhodesians like Kevin McHormones are just temptations and proof for many blokes that Oliver Cromwell did not go far enough. Also, Looney Lucas Roberts fails to take down the nose again. May the troons cope and dilate.
I don't know. I'm kind of in Guido Fawkes' corner at the minute.
Whose?
Guido
Fawkes. Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, Guy Fawkes. I got it.
Revolutionary.
Yeah. Remember.
Had a point about Parliament, though, let's be honest.
What was that?
He had a
point about Parliament.
Yes.
Quite a good Parliament shit. We should blow it up.
Rick Nikita. There are no wolves on Fenris. Ooh. Very true. Cringe Lord says, is that Sargon of a kid? Sup, brother? I was here the day Cloudflare presented their massive swinging pair to the internet and told Keffels to have a lick. In this moment, I am euphoric. Oh, yeah. So they've been going after Cloudflare over Kiwi Farms, and Cloudflare today basically told them to fuck off. We won't drop them.
That's all it takes. That's all of this bullshit ends when they just say no.
Yes, it's crazy that people forget that. Like, And that's why when the guy was spouting off about the science, all I said was just, I disagree. And he's like, no idea what to do.
Windows is.
It just ends when we say no. Can I have access to your children? No.
No.
Can I do this? No.
But it's when people say no that they say this shit about, well, we don't think it should have the parents' consent. Like,
well, that's true. Yeah.
And you wonder why you get called groomers.
Well, they are, obviously.
Yeah.
It's because
you're the literal definition that's going behind to manipulate.
Yeah, I mean, what else would you need to prove it?
Let's see. Hold on. Cloudflare. Well, they clarified their terms of service on Twitter, I think is what it was. But it was basically like, here's what we have. Here's what we do. You don't understand.
Have you ever been swatted? Yes. 5 times recently. Oh.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
Isn't Keffel's a doxer?
Yes.
Yes, massive.
Openly, it says that they'll, if you're on Kiwi Farms, they will dox you and tell your employer and ruin your life. Like, this is what they want to do.
These people are exactly as evil as they accuse you of being, and it's because they think you're like them.
Yes.
No, they're righteous.
That's what
they're destroying your lives in the light of righteousness.
Yeah, Viva Fry calls it confession through projection, which is a good expression for it. But it's this true thing that happens where they it's a basic thing that humans do. They assume that everybody's predisposition is the same as theirs at some basic level. And so they think that if they had the power of Kiwi Farms to dox people and do stuff, they would then swat people. Like, they would then pursue some sort of harassment or life ruination thing. Therefore, the people who are doing this on Kiwi Farms or elsewhere must also necessarily want to ruin lives. And look, I mean, I'm sure there's someone on Kiwi Farms who wants to be a complete prick, but there's also someone on Kiwi Farms who goes, I'm going to dox you just because it makes you uncomfortable and it's funny, and never does anything beyond that.
I mean, Keffels is obviously merely limited in what she can do, right?
Right.
There's no moral compulsion holding her back.
How dare you limit a beautiful trans woman?
It's just about the limits of her power, right? She would do everything that she could. It's just she's frustrated by the fact she doesn't have access.
Yes.
You know, she'd kill you. She'd openly hang you. She's one of the fucking Jacobins from the French Revolution. She'd murder you if she could.
Right, which is why she suggested that I was saying I would murder her, which I wouldn't murder anybody. Like,
exactly. But she would
I'd murder a fucking sandwich.
Oh, me too, man. Oh my god. But if like some kid toucher came and like tried to touch my kids,
you really have transitioned. Prove it. Where's my sandwich?
Watch out if you say prove it. You might get pictures you're not into.
Oh.
Yeah, but I might get sandwiches I am into.
That's true.
Oh,
but
it's a risk, but my God, it's one worth paying off.
Can a non-biological woman make a competent sandwich?
If the professional chefs are anything to go by, yes.
Oh, yeah.
No, who's your favorite chef? And if you say Gordon Ramsay, I'll throw you off the stream.
I hate Gordon Ramsay.
Thank God.
I don't have a favorite chef.
My favorite chef is Rawdon Gramsay.
Have you ever watched his like 10-minute show or the shows where he does the cooking with his kids or whatever?
No.
I hate his speaking manner when he's not screaming at people, calling them stupid.
I can't do this with my kids.
He gets so into it, literally, and he literally says literally 50 times every single episode. He sounds like Kiefer Sutherland in Dark City, and it's embarrassing. Like, he needs to, like, dude, breathe and calm down. Why are you like this? You're a multi-trillionaire because you could put like cloves on stuff and no one else can figure out why you would eat clove.
Is it okay to say that I don't have a favorite chef? It's
I
never
don't
really occurred to me.
No, I just I don't know. I just was. If you guys, either of you said Gordon Ramsay, I was going to be pissed. That's all. That was the fishing for that question, was that these motherfuckers say Gordon Ramsay because he's British.
He said some funny shit in his Hell's Kitchen when people come up to complain. It's like,
yeah, but that was all an act.
2 women came up to complain, and he just turns around and goes, "Somebody help this fucking giraffe out."
That is funny. Give him credit on that.
Yeah.
It's very funny. The thing with it though is it was all performative, because he's actually super nice, and like he's super nice to his employees at his restaurants. Because of course, if he treated any of them like he did on Hell's Kitchen, there'd be an HR complaint a minute.
Oh yeah, it'd be illegal.
You'd be. There was a documentary around about year 2000 where Gordon was around 30, 31. And I think he just got his first Michelin star. And it's like a 6-episode documentary that followed him around. You know, he came from like what's the French guy who tutored him? Jean something or other, because it's French, of course.
I don't know. Jean-Pierre.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I think actually is Jean-Pierre.
Wait, is Jean-Pierre? Chef Jean-Pierre? Yeah. I love that guy. That guy's great.
And he used to like shout the shit out of Ramsay. And I think Ramsay took that, and Marco Pierre White. That's the one.
Oh, okay.
It's Marco Pierre White. And he used to be like a shouty man. And I think Gordon Ramsay took that shouty in his early stages.
Okay. But he's mellowed. Mellowed quite a bit over time. Lots of chefs are very, very demanding and brutal because they don't have time. Like that. That's the thing with a kitchen. You don't have time for bullshit, and you don't have time for waste.
Yes.
And kitchens are like,
but they always have time for a cigarette break.
Yeah, they do. Always. Well, only when they're cooking your dish.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to heat.
My mashed potato got fucking ash in it.
Oh God.
My favorite chef is Chef Boyardee.
I didn't realize we were supposed to have favorite chefs.
I know. Ainsley Harriott, he's funny.
Oh.
He's funny. He's a fruity sausage.
Adam Trapp says the Emperor protects. Better Bachelor says Better Bachelor says a collection of content creators I'd never thought I'd see together, but a welcome surprise. Cheers from my little anti-feminist, anti-woke corner of YouTube. I enjoy you gentlemen's rants.
Who's that from, sir?
Better Bachelor.
All right.
Hey, thanks, man. Much appreciated. Lawnerd Clip says, after your make it rain comment last night, please say an auto-tune if possible. I haven't set up this Rodecaster for auto-tune yet. But handful of stacks, better grab an umbrella. I make it rain, I make it rain, I make it rain on them hoes. And when you see them racks, they stacked up like my ass. Yeah. So there you go.
I tell you a chef I'm not partial to, and
Who's
that's
that?
Jamie
Oliver or whatever.
Jamie Tossover, yeah.
God, I tell you, it's weird how many chefs we can name, isn't it?
Dude,
yeah.
Bobby Flay is my dude. I love Bobby Flay, but I really do like Chef Jean-Pierre's YouTube channel is really good because he makes really simple food that's really easy to make and really good.
I know who my favorite chef is.
Who's that?
I don't know if they're. I wouldn't call them a chef though.
Okay.
Uh-oh. You know who? No, I thought Carl knew what I was going to say.
No, go on, tell me.
Female.
Oh no,
not
brown
a chef
hair.
then.
Female.
Yeah.
Brown hair.
Okay. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, good point. She wins.
Nigella Lawson.
Oh yes.
Who?
Nigella Lawson, dude. She literally fillets sausages on air.
That's funny.
Oh.
Very attractive lady.
Yes. I tell you who. I saw
These
it
are
go
the
past in the
patrician
chat.
content creators that we need to follow.
I tell you who my favorite chef used to be, because they've died. They passed on now. Keith Floyd was amazing.
Oh really?
I was just I would watch his shows, and I still watch them today. I still go back and watch Floyd on this, Floyd on fish, Floyd in the Mediterranean. I still go back and watch them because they're so entertaining to watch. And Keith Floyd is just an absolute. He was amazing. He was absolutely amazing. God,
I'll check him out.
oh, Nick, you would fall in love with him.
No, good. Well,
he was completely politically incorrect. He would drink like a fiend, but his food would be insanely good.
But you said he's dead now, so he's single.
He's not single. I don't know if you get single when you die. But,
yeah, of course you do. Till death do us part. It's the get out of
okay,
get out of everything free card.
But he was just amazing. He really was amazing.
Can I show you my little warp flamer squad?
Yeah.
This is what they're going to be like if I can get him up.
If you can get him up, well,
get him
good
up.
Luck. Here, let me.
Ooh,
here we go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice.
Green on the warp flamer.
Nice.
I tempted to be lazy and just paint it sort of silver, right? But I thought, but
no. Do it
you
properly.
Always do that. You're
Silver
like,
highlight. You can silver highlight the gold.
I wasn't going to actually paint it really well, and then I did.
Yes. Yeah. I thought about being lazy, but then I decided to paint it exceedingly well indeed.
It's because I'll probably be putting them on the internet, right? And I want people to, be impressed. Come on.
To praise me and to work.
Yeah.
What camera are you using?
I have no idea. Just
Blurcom 2000.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like that focus transition on the camera is really.
Can I see
nice
the cloak at the back? Because that looked really good.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
that's lovely.
That Armin is way better than mine.
It's not Armin. It's just
that's not Armin. Okay,
no,
just
look at this white supremacy activity going on.
I'm quite pleased with them, I've got to say. It took like 3 weeks to paint these guys up, but quite happy with them. And I like the green on the warp flames. So when the entire squad's got like green warp flames, they look great. And I'm looking forward to using them as well because like the cult of duplicity gives you a teleporting psychic power. So I'm going to get like this 10-man squad of fucking warp flamers. You can teleport them 9 inches away from an enemy unit, and the flamers have got a range of 12.
Yes, auto hit.
Yeah, auto hit. And so I'm going to have 10 dudes, or 8 dudes because of the thing. But I mean, that is just going to be brutal, absolutely brutal. And then the next turn, just pop them out and go somewhere else. So I'm really looking forward to having the warp flame squad.
I hear salamanders can teleport 11 inches.
Really? What are you? Oh, you being a naughty, Nick. You being a naughty.
No.
He's being a naughty.
So, yeah,
but they always get sopped by the Arbites.
No one gets that joke.
No.
It's okay. It's probably better.
I don't. I have no idea.
Well, the Arbites are like the cops, right?
Okay.
Oh, I need some,
I'm not a law buff. I'm a just paint for fun buff.
Yeah. Well, the salamanders have very dark skin.
Why? Oh, okay.
Which is why they can teleport 11 inches when the other ones can only teleport 9.
All beginning to come together now.
You know what they say when they come together?
Hey,
Bukake.
Bukake.
I don't think people actually say that.
No.
They probably should like play that.
Well, you don't have to come together in a bukake.
Oh yeah, I guess not. But so when you do, it's a special occasion, and you definitely should have like a cheer for it. I think.
The special occasion.
I've got to figure out all these rules. Next, True Anana Shabbat, Bad Pressure, Bad Calf Care says, I'm so over this make me a sandwich nonsense. Why do y'all have such low expectations? We should have a hot home cooked meal for our men. The sandwich is what we eat while we wait for you to finish dinner.
Yeah.
You think there's not room for a steak after a sandwich? Of course there is.
Or a nice pot roast. Ooh.
Oh my God. Yeah, something that took you hours to make.
My wife did a slow cooked beef stew the other day, and it was it was amazing. My kids,
you should marry her.
I did. My kids didn't like it at all, and I'm just like sat around going, what the fuck's wrong with you guys?
This is hearty food. This is good.
Oh, well, it was so good.
Yeah, kids are so weird. Like in the winter
Did you
time
go
here,
and cut their genitalia off?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
That is so weird that you didn't. You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't.
I'm not
That was the only
progressive.
explanation. I thought that was the only explanation you needed. And then there you go.
I'm just not a progressive. You see?
oh my gosh.
Goddamn conservatives.
Yeah.
Well, when we start purging people, you go first.
But I said I wanted the sandwiches.
Careful puts me against the wall. Didn't even transition his children.
Ooh.
Don't.
God, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, in the wintertime, since it gets so fucking bitter cold here.
Oh, you're in Minnesota, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it gets nasty. Not as cold as some places. Obviously, there's colder, but it gets really cold. So I go into making. I'm the primary cook in our house, and I go into making slow cooked stews, Cajun jambalayas, gumbos, and stuff like that all the time. And God, that hearty, warm, stick to the inside of you food is just like, oh, that's my winter jive. Oh, I can eat it every day.
I like a good steak and ale pie during the winter.
What the fuck is a steak and ale pie?
Oh, Nick, you don't even know how good it is.
Well, I haven't heard anything good about British food, so please enlighten me.
This is a total falsehood that comes from the French because they're fucking jealous that we can be happy with simple things.
That's what I'm saying. Like, enlighten me. Like, I want to learn about it.
Well, steak and ale pie is literally as it sounds. I mean, there's no hidden trick to it. But the point is, you get
really use like a cube steak or like
pastry. You have like just well cut diced beef in it. You got loads of potatoes and carrots and whatnot. You put it all in, and then you just bake it for however long it is, and it's filled with gravy as well. So it's just the whole thing is just so good.
It's just like a chicken pot pie made with steak.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sounds delicious.
Oh yeah, it's really great. But obviously it doesn't pass in France. But who gives a fuck what they think?
Well, it doesn't have half a bottle of wine in it, so it's not very good.
yeah, exactly. But no, it's very good winter food, as I was saying.
I'm not the biggest.
That with some mashed potato, some cauliflower, some carrots.
Cauliflower cheese, man.
I'm starving. I hate you.
Get it on.
You do the cauliflower, and then you just sprinkle that little bit of cheddar on top of the cauliflower.
My kids don't like cauliflower cheese either. I just can't understand it.
God damn! What are your kids good for?
I know. I just don't get it.
Nothing.
Right, I hate to say it, but it's nearly midnight and I've finished my dues, so I've got to go to bed.
Yes.
Hopefully feel well enough to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
No, it's cool. But yeah, no, this is awesome, man, and we have to do another one at some point. We absolutely have to do another one.
It's been a lot of fun,
dude. I've loved every second of the conversation. So, and I've been painting so these Todd McFarlane Space Marines are really hard to get. You have to get a lot of paint on them. So I've been working on the gold on this belt for the past 30 minutes. I've got the gold on these pouches, but I'm gonna add some brown and darken them up after that.
I mean, that's massive, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it's a 7-inch figure, and the plastic is right, and the plastic is not like the good plastic that they use for the minis, so paint just does not stick to. And these are primed and everything, but paint just does not stick to them. It takes forever. But so that's what I've been doing, kind of off camera, because it's been annoying to rotate it around.
Sorry, I just saw WG super chat.
Read it out. I can't see it.
It says, I'm no judge, but I'm pretty sure Az is just painting his toenails at this point.
I'm a building.
Well, yeah, if you have to take off, man, please feel free. I'm gonna start pounding through the rest of the super chats.
Cool. All right, man. Well, just send me a message on Discord. We'll do this again as ASAP, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And subscribe to the Lotus Eaters, because it's amazing.
But you guys keep doing what you're doing, obviously. Love all your content. Love the way things are going.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for joining us. And everybody, you can click on Sargon's name, or you can click on Podcast of Lotus Eaters to go to the respective channels. The active one is Podcast of Lotus Eaters. That's what you should check out for great, well thought out, well delivered content. For shitty content, you can click on my channel. And
definitely mine. I'm bottom. Oh no, I'm bottom of the barrel content. That's what I'm going on.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go before you guys self-flagellate even more.
Get out of here.
Great stream with you, Carl.
All right.
Yeah, this is great fun, guys. See you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you
Take
soon.
care, man.
Peace. And of course, you can all check out Az at Heelvsbabyface. Oh, look, I brought you up to my level.
Bottom of the barrel. Oh, hello. Promotion.
Yeah, we're above my shitty camera angle here. Like,
shitty what?
I'm gonna have to go over this again and smooth out the purple. That was the worst part of having the cum paint explosion. Was like it took so much time to smooth out the color on this big surface, and then it's like it's oh my god, it's like 9 more
Why
coats
did you
of
do it
paint.
though? Like, why did you do it in the first place? You know,
Why did I do what?
Come all over your trooper.
Well, I mean, have you seen him?
He's rather sexy.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
But I haven't had drinks or anything, so I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, me either. I have not had. All I've had is this Gatorade. I haven't eaten today or anything yet. I need to.
No, I've drunk some Lucasade. That's what I've been drinking. Which is kind of like Gatorade, I guess.
What's Lucasade?
Lucasade. It's like a sports.
Oh my god! I thought this was
drink.
okay. So Lucas happens to be Keffels' dead name. And so I thought you were making a joke about drinking estrogen or something.
It's Lucasade.
I've been mainlining estrogen for the past 50 minutes.
Is there a sentence that launched 1,000 tweets?
Oh my god.
Did you just shit your brick for a second there? Like, oh no, he's going off script.
Oh jeez, that made me so happy. You have no idea.
Oh boy.
Crusade is viewing, says tar and feather federal tax collectors. I had to explain.
Yeah.
I had to explain the progressive tax system to my 14-year-old today.
Oh my god!
And he's like, "That doesn't make any sense." I know. He's like, "Why don't they just tell you how much money you should pay?"
That's what we get here. Well,
are they here?
Actually, I don't because I do my own taxes. So you have to. I kind of have to do it the American way.
Hey,
I have to declare all my shit.
I'll be back in just a minute. Is that all right?
Oh my, yeah.
Okay,
I'll be fine with the stream on my own.
Yo, great. I'll be right back.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? Yeah, I guess because I'm self-employed, I have to do it the American style where you have to do it. You don't give a shit about fucking taxes. The only person's tax you give a shit about is DSPs. We all know that. Hey, have you heard the new DSP law? There's more law, people. Apparently, I think he lost a load of memberships. Yeah, this is my fucking house now. So apparently DSP lost a load of memberships, and this is going to shock you. But it was due to detractor activities, illegal detractor activities. Because people now no longer want to subscribe to the membership section of DSP in case he gets his channel taken down. And then they'll be like, oh no, we won't have our money, which is not true. Because if you have paid for a subscription on membership on somebody's channel and their channel gets taken down, you actually get refunded your membership. But don't worry about that. So, so he needs that money to pay his bills. We don't know what the bills are. They're just bills. Because he's got 2 big bills coming up this weekend. I don't know if that's true, but that's what he keeps saying. And his big bill is are you ready for this? The internet bill. I think it's like a couple of $100 for him. But he needs that. Did you see when he got caught playing WWE Champions? And then he said, no, I wasn't playing WWE Champions, but I do play mobile games and I do put some money into mobile games. And I've always said that. But he said that he doesn't. He said that when he got together with his wife, he gave up mobile games and paying for mobile games because mobile games are bad. They suck the money up. One in chat, if you think DSP has ever told the truth this year so far. 2 in chat, if you think DSP has never told the truth so far this year. Oh, man. He is a man of loose morals. Wow, my God. What's with all the 2s? Some people have even gone to 3s. He isn't even thinking about it. 69 for 69. Dear God. I've never seen so many 2s in all my life. Oh, got Roman numerals 2 from Izzad. They kind of went above and beyond there. We've got some 69s. There's always room for 69s. Am I right? High five? Okay. He's a 42. Oh my God, that is the meaning of life. The meaning of life is 42. DSP never heard of him. That is the right answer. DSP never heard of him is the right answer. Oh, I've got this heavy bolter down here. I'm putting this heavy bolter on this dude now. So yeah, I would never do anything to affect anyone's channel. Never. I think that's a bit of a Kuntz game. But if DSP loses his YouTube channel for some reason, I don't think we're going to be shedding too many tears now. The truth should be tax deductible. If the truth was tax deductible, DSP would have an even bigger tax bill. So, Az, are you glad that you never have to do a Batgirl review again? Well, I think you mean Batwoman. And yes, but there was going to be that Batgirl movie, which was so bad that David Zaslav would rather take a tax break on it than attempt to make a single dollar profit on it. That says to me it's going to be pretty bad. But we got some Rings of Power coming up, folks, and I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Then we got some Cassian Andor. We've got 7 more episodes of fucking She-Hulk to go. And then we've got the Marvels, Ant-Man, Ironheart, Wakanda Forever. It's a plethora of shit. Maybe Gotham Knights gets made. Maybe they don't cancel Gotham Knights. Maybe they don't cancel the Black Canary miniseries. Guys, there is going to be cringe for years. Years that we ain't going to have. We're never going to run out. We're never going to run out. It's going to be divine. 6-part series. Well, Cassian Andor's 12 parts. She-Hulk is 9 episodes, not 6. So there's still 7 to go of that, with my review coming out tomorrow with Jane Theory. Rings of Power is 8 episodes. I don't even know what. Yeah, it's endless trash. That Mike Sticklosser, endless trash. It's true. And I've got some cringe films to review, just for your viewing pleasure, because you really enjoyed the They Them cringe review, and you like the One Up cringe review. So there's going to be more cringe reviews coming. I'm looking forward to Cobra Kai. That hopefully is going to be good, because I've really enjoyed Cobra Kai so far. I'm not going to do the Sandman. I'm not going anywhere near the Sandman. And what else? Black Adam. Yeah, Black Adam is still going to be released. The Rock posted a tweet yesterday from the boardroom of the directors and stuff watching the final cut. Do I think it's going to be good? Judging by the trailers, not so much. And I am disappointed in Dr. Fate's mask because they fucked Dr. Fate's mask up. But I am looking forward to seeing Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. Shazam 2 looks like absolute dog shit. Judging by that trailer they put out, oh my God, that trailer made me just want to.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That was a long.
I have literally just said 10 minutes of the N word.
Oh, finally, someone is upgrading my content.
So, good luck with your channel, Nick.
Thanks. Thank you. I like it. I like a no vigor challenge run. I said vigor.
I said vigor. I was trying to do that bloody whiskey.
So here's what I have to do to the chat. I'm very sorry. I have to burn through the
you do that. I'm going to burn through the toilet.
Yes. Super chats as fast as possible.
Yeah. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Oh, Sir Marhouse. Nick, I took the lead attorney's advice and put my Tinder in Mexico, and holy shit, he was right. I'm a solid 5 white guy, but have blue eyes, and now I know how chicks feel on Tinder. 30 matches in 48 hours with chicks I have no rights to match with. Well, there you go. Now all you got to do is get down. Now you got to do is get down to Mexico. Stephen Granger. So favorite Primarch, despite being a Nurgle player because death to the false emperor, but Rogel Dorn is a badass. The Defensive Terra and the novel Space Marine by Ian Watson show fists as best Imperium warriors. Rogel Dorn is growing on me. I don't really like him because he's short, but he is growing on me. If only he would grow taller. The Law Patrol says, I spend too much time on how inappropriate it was when Superman asked Power Girl, his cousin from another universe, whether or not she's considered a breast reduction, her replying that her health insurance won't cover it. Wait, what? That was a thing? Noir777, the absolute brain trust from last night, has said Destiny abuses his son because he played Minecraft with him on stream and tricked him into hitting Alt F4 to close the game and knocking him off a hill. Oh my God. That's very... Steven, no! Jackson Kai, the most interesting characters in the Horus Heresy series are Marines of Traitor Legions dealing with their loyalty to the Emperor or their Primarch. Most fall to chaos, but some stay loyal. Some do both, like Barthus and Narek. Yeah, I really did like, Nathaniel Garrow is great. Garville Loken, awesome. Saul Tarvitz doesn't make it too far, but he's cool. The Loyalist Traitor Marine, Space Wolf from the, what's that one? It was the escape book from Terra, where they were trying to get off the off-world. That was really cool. Jackson,
Shrunk the Chaos Marines.
Yes. The Redneck Ram. Dear Mr. Nose Lawyer, I have to ask what my legal liabilities may be after today. I was shooting and I shot my target tree in half. So what happens if it's tree children that sprout up next month sue me for killing the tree dad? Shoot them too.
Ooh.
Stupid trees. Really easy. You got more ammo. Jason Angelfire. 2 things that jumped out. How flippantly he said he would deplatform / destroy someone's life, and how he would ask, why you mad? Why is someone spouting lies about you to your face not infuriating? Well, and you nailed the other part of it, though. It's not just that he was lying. It was that he was also saying that I shouldn't be allowed to produce income.
Why?
But just because I am transphobic or whatever, and I say hateful slurs or what?
Okay, you know how they spoke about trans children and all this kind of stuff,
right?
Okay, who determines that trans children exist? Them. Nobody else has said that. It's just one. It's all one side. Right. So it's easy to create prey when you're the one who's actually got the verbiage and creating the language behind it.
Yeah, it's the lexicon of oppression is what I call it. They did this with specifically with LGBTQ issues in general. I don't know if you remember when cis entered the common lexicon.
The vernacular. Yeah.
And it was like, wait, and if you didn't know, if you weren't caught up on like gender terminology and you were in a discussion, they would use that as a bludgeon to say you don't get to have a voice because you don't even know. Like, you don't even know the words. It was like, wait, but I know whether or not like a penis exists. I don't need to I don't need to know words to describe some other thing about this. Like these concepts are basic. The terminology doesn't have any
Cis basic means I know what I am. I know what I am.
Yeah.
That's so the way that they're doing that in a derogatory manner. What's wrong with knowing who you are? What's wrong with being compos mentis in your?
Do you need me to answer this? Of course,
no. It's all rhetorical, dude. We all know it's rhetorical.
Because if you know what you are, then they can't make you into something else.
Exactly.
Marty Lund, the devil cannot reproduce, so he must instead steal your children. EHEF, my autistic nephew was told he was trans. He told the teacher no. And she sent him home with homework about oppression, being bisexual, and gender is a theory. Me, his mom, and my other sister went to the school and raised hell. He's 9. Insane what they're doing to these kids. Bald Eagle.
We know it's been said. We know why. We know why they're doing it to these kids.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Oh my God. I've got you again. Hey, look, I saw the chat. Somebody said, well, no, you can't say stop staring. Look, okay. Whoa, chat. We got to have a talk. Because, chat, you just said, why aren't you looking at his ass? And then when I start looking at you, you say stop staring at me. So what's it going to be, chat? What's it going to be? Am I going to be looking at you? Hey, or are you going to get afraid or nervous or uncomfortable? And then I'm going to have to turn away. You fell exactly. You're falling back into my trap again. Destiny's watching. I have no idea what that means. Destiny. My destiny is watching. That's cool. Look at me for 1 second, Az. You ready? Ooh, maybe that was 1.5. I fucked the shit out of me. Yeah, you got so fucked then. You got really fucked then. As please explains beans on toast. Okay, right. Baked, right. Beans on toast is a very simple thing and it's a very delicious thing. We have in the UK, I don't know if you have them in other countries, I'm sure you do, but we have in the UK something called baked beans. And they come in a tin. And it's basically small beans which have been baked in a sauce, a tomato-based sauce, and it's delicious. So what you do is you put some toast. No, you don't. You put some bread into a toaster. I nearly did the toast into a toaster thing. You put some bread into a toaster. You toast that bread. You put the baked beans in a little pan, and you just heat them up. And then you put some beautiful butter onto that bread when it comes out the toaster. And then you just pour the baked beans over it. Now, if you want to go fucking deep, I'm talking balls deep into beans on toast here. What you really want to do is you have the baked beans in a nice little dish, heating up slowly. You put the bread to one side because it takes, let's say, 2 minutes to toast the bread in the toaster. But what you want to do is you want to get some sausages. You want to get some delicious sausages and you want to cook those sausages nicely. Just cook them slowly and nicely, either in the grill if you want, or you can pan fry them. You do the sausages. When the sausages are cut 2 minutes away from being ready, you put that bread down, you toast that bread, pops up, you take the sausages out, you put them on some kitchen roll, so you get as much of the fat off as you can, and then you chop the sausages into pieces, and you put them into the little dish with the baked beans heating up, and then you pour them over the toast. Excuse me. Then you put them over the toast. No. Whoa. Sausages are not hot dogs. That is a completely different sausage. We're talking proper sausage. We're talking pork and apple sausage, sage and onion sausage, Richmond's just pork sausage. We're talking that kind of sausage, sir. A hot dog sausage?
Okay.
No. Sir,
I'm really sorry, guys. I have to end this show really abruptly.
Oh,
we have a fridge being delivered today, and they're telling me that they can't unhook the water and hook up the water to the new fridge. The delivery company that installs the fridge apparently can't install the water that comes on literally every fucking fridge on the planet these days. So I have to go try and communicate with people who don't speak English about why they need to hook up the water line to the fucking fridge, because they didn't tell me to have it hooked up by someone else.
Oopsies.
But I have to go right now. So I'm really sorry. I'll get to the rest of the chats tonight. I apologize. Thanks so much for coming on, buddy. Sorry I have to bail on you.
No problem, dude. Thank you for having me, sir.
All right. I can't do the outro either, guys. So because I just have to go. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
I did finish the guy though.
Oh, nice.
With a heavy ball.
Nice. Awesome. All right, guys. Peace.